Yo, what it is? We back. Look at this nigga, y'all. He loves this shit. He been barking all day to get outside in the snow. And he's standing out there. Look, he don't give a fuck. Lays in it, roll in it. 70 time in his life, man. He's standing out there. And make sure I hit that like button, man. Now her on the other hand, I let her outside. You know what she did? Ran to the door and came straight back in the fucking house. I hope everybody's staying in. I just walked in this shit, man. It's fucking snowing all this up, bitch. Look at this shit. Oh, it's fucking snow right there. That shit probably like 2 feet. But it ain't 2 feet out here. Man, I'm cool. Really pissing people off. Nah, we did. Yeah. Know how we do when we do it. Man, appreciate it, Trey. Now you know we gotta get busy. Hold on. Niggas. Yo, this is day 300. This is day 365 of my son ducking a conversation with me. He got me sitting there arguing with people in his comments. I don't want to argue with you niggas. I want to talk to my son in general. Every day this nigga is posting videos from Minnesota. Why he ain't out there protesting? Matter of fact, the fuck is hold the fuck up, y'all. Yo, why my son? I thought he was front line, man. Raw Dope Podcast, what it do? Y'all thought my son was front line. Yo, why the fuck he ain't in Minnesota? That's the bigger question. Keep posting all these fucking videos, bitch. Get in the field, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Get the motherfucker. Get active, nigga. Thought you was front line for the cause, man. Like, he over that bitch trying to rally black people up from the comfort of his home. Bitch, get in the field. I'm sure they'll pay for you to go out there, y'all. I'm sure they got some money in the budget to get my son and Tamika Mallory to Minnesota to fight the good fight. I'm sure they do, y'all. Sure they fucking do. So, it's been another murder in Minnesota. And I told y'all, look, I told y'all the worst thing about this Minnesota shit is that Minnesota residents don't know. Yo, he ain't out there for real, juice. Yo, Minnesota residents don't realize what's going on and why. Like, oh, this shit is fucking crazy, yo. So some of these people are going out there protesting, fighting a fight that doesn't concern them. Yo, this is not about immigration, y'all. This is about Black Lives Matter and Antifa. That's what it's about, yo. That's what it's about. And whatever other antagonizes group left, I guess I guess it's a left group. Whatever other group that's out there, ICE is there to fight them. That's what it is. That's all it is. Now, they're using immigration, to get this job done, because you can't just say, look, we're going out there, I'm going to put together a team and we're going to fight Black Lives Matter and Antifa. No, you can't say that. But what you can say is, the Somalians is out there bitch stealing millions, billions, and we're going out there to deport them motherfuckers. But yo, what's really going on, yo? It's a fight between it's a fight between the left and the right. Look, prime example.
So you think you know Wix?
Prime example. This is what's going on, and we don't have nothing to. That is what it is, y'all. People do not want to acknowledge that, and my son keep ducking me. Let's have a conversation, my nigga. So look, right? Let me show y'all some shit that I was watching. You see this woman? She's a part of these groups. Yo, what happened is during them protests and these people got in office. And the Antifas, the black, they got in office, man. Some of them are senators. Some of them are This is all the things I told y'all last time. No, Carl, you still not listening, Carl. You falling for the play, y'all. It's not about killing people from Minnesota, y'all. It's not what it's about. The people from Minnesota need to go in the fucking house. Because the beef ain't with them. It's not with them. It's with the groups that's been sent out there. That's what the beef is about. The sad thing, Carl, is that Minnesota residents are getting caught in the mix because they think they're fighting against something that they're not fighting against. They're being misled. They're being lied to. They're being manipulated. They're being preyed on, thinking that they're fighting a fight that they're not fighting at all. They ain't fighting ICE. Immigration. They're fighting with Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And who knows what their true political motive is? I don't fucking know. And I don't know what their end game and common goal is. I know Antifa and Black Lives Matter pushed. What's up, Siobhan, baby? Pushed gay rights. I do know that. But what their goal is now, I don't know. Maybe it's just to antagonize. The government want ICE out. But the government in Minnesota is ran by these political groups. The government in Minnesota is ran by these groups, y'all. Let me show y'all something. Right? All right, so look at this girl right here. Then I'm gonna show y'all something else.
Responses to the Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
Look, her net worth.
Do you think?
Listen to this shit. Listen to what they saying, man. Yo, y'all people is being misled, y'all. Her net worth has risen tremendously. Who's funding this girl? Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all what the fuck is going on. It's corruption. Stay the fuck out of it. If you from Minnesota, tell your people to stay in the fucking house. You fighting a fight that you don't know what you fighting. You ain't fighting immigration.
To the Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
No response.
Do you think they'll find anything in their investigation into your net worth?
No response.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar avoiding questions about her net worth that has risen astronomically during her time in
For
Congress.
real,
President Trump wants answers. Writing on Truth Social, quote, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician.
Wow. And she haven't even been in office that long. Come on, man. People can't see what's going on. Like, we can't be that naive and that emotional to not see. And let me show you something. Hold up. I'm going to get back to this. But let me show you something. So do y'all remember a Minnesota congresswoman got killed about 7 months ago? Let me show y'all what's going on. Let me show y'all what the fuck going on. I ain't save it. God damn it. Shit. First interaction at Y'all remember that? Hold up. Minnesota Congresswoman killed. Where's the video that I watched? She was aligned to these same people.
Police are searching for the person who shot 2 Minnesota state lawmakers. Right now, we're getting an update from the Attorney General, Governor Tim Walz, and police. Let's listen in.
Wells, the mayor of Brooklyn Park. We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa and her husband Mark, were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost the dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many. Minnesota's thoughts and prayers are with her family, her loved ones, her children, and her parents. My prayers also go out to State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, who were each shot multiple times. The Hoffmans are out of surgery at this time and receiving care, and we are cautiously optimistic they will survive this assassination attempt.
Video, man.
This was an act of targeted political violence. Peaceful discourse is the foundation of our democracy. We don't settle our differences with violence or at gunpoint. In the state of Minnesota, and as recently as last week, in the most closely divided state legislature in the country, we sat down, we worked things out, we debated,
No, I don't want to see this. It's the video I was looking for when she's on video with this woman who they're accusing of corruption. Yo, Minnesota is a hub for Antifa and Black Lives Matter, y'all. That's what Minnesota is.
You know, by now, people around the
as
country,
well as Portland. During the riots, Minnesota and Portland got infiltrated by these by these antagonist groups. Some of these people made it into government.
you know, by now, people around the country know about Representative Melissa Hortman's death. We are going to take a few moments right now to talk about her life.
Please welcome your next Speaker of the House, Melissa Hortman!
This is how Melissa Hortman spent her day standing for the issues she believed in.
Gun violence prevention, universal health care, fully funding our schools.
She spent her nights in Brooklyn Park with these three, her beloved children and her husband, Mark. Before becoming a mother, she was a student, first at Blaine High School, then Boston University, where she worked for then Senator Al Gore, starting her own path to politics in 2004 at the Minnesota State House. She spoke from that very house just days ago, a proud Democrat who respected Republicans.
And I think in the end, fighting for that equal shared power made this a better session.
A session that got emotional over health care for undocumented immigrants.
Look,
What I worry about is the people who will lose.
look at the fight she fighting. Healthcare for undocumented immigrants. This is all political, y'all. Stay the fuck out of it. Like, yo, if you're in Minnesota, you know, yo, telling people stay there, this ain't got nothing to do with the people. Not black people, not white people. This is about politics. It's about politics.
Lose their health insurance. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision. And we tried any other way we could to come to a budget agreement with Republicans. and they wouldn't have
Right.
it. So, you know, I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done.
The guy that got killed in Minnesota should have minded his business, man. But people are being lured into this fight that don't benefit them. That's what's going on in Minnesota. People are being lured into this fight through media propaganda that doesn't benefit them, man. This ain't about us. This shit is about the right beefing with the left. And the left is Black Lives Matter. The left is Antifa. Those are only two groups of names I know for certain. And I'm sure there's other ones that probably, you know, joined the fight in the past years. But those are the ones at the forefront.
People in Minnesota.
And now, the ones emotional are the ones who knew her. WCCO reporter Caroline Cummings was behind the microphone just days ago.
This really hits home that these are people just like you and me, and that's where you can leave your politics at the door and mourn and pray for the families and the loved ones that they have lost, because I know the Hortman family has 2 children who are mourning their parents.
Just hours before those beloved parents were taken, they posed in each other's arms at a DFL fundraiser.
Everybody who goes to the state legislature does so because in their mind, according to their point of view, they are trying to do the right thing for the people of the state, and their friends and neighbors who sacrifice a lot, their families sacrifice a lot for them to serve. And certainly Mark Hortman sacrificed, and the Hortman family has sacrificed more than anybody should.
A sacrifice in the name of public service to all.
I'm trying to find a video where she was lined up with this damn woman. I can't fucking find that shit. I thought I saved it, but must didn't. Listen to the guy that killed her. I think he used to work for. That's who the guy they put it on. Wife of Minnesota lawmaker. Shooting accused. Oh, here you go. Listen to this dude.
Shocking news out of Minnesota. The Speaker of the Minnesota State House of Representatives and her husband shot and killed in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. A manhunt is now underway for the shooter. He's accused of killing Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband. Just 2 miles away, police say the attacker then shot State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. They were shot multiple times. They have been in and out of surgery. Doctors are optimistic that they will survive. Police say the shooter targeted the Democratic lawmakers by impersonating a police officer, knocking on their doors in the middle of the night with what appeared to be a cruiser's lights flashing in their driveway. Police say his car looked like that police car and cited they found a list with other possible targets, including the names of several other lawmakers.
Why would this guy just start wanting to target Minnesota lawmakers? What the fuck your name was again? Vance. Boelter. Let's learn about y'all.
57-year-old Vance Boelter, suspected of assassinating one Minnesota lawmaker and nearly killing another, was found overnight by police. He is said to have willingly turned himself over to officers after being found in a field.
Boelter exploited the trust our uniforms are meant to represent. That betrayal is deeply disturbing to those of us who wear the badge with honor and responsibility.
When this sort of evil is in one of our communities, that law enforcement comes together to put all of their resources together to make sure
I just don't want people to get tricked into this bullshit. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to trick people into this political game, yo. That it has nothing to do with us. Stay the fuck out of it. That's why I don't show no emotion when people, stay the fuck out of this, man. This ain't got shit to do with the people at all.
It's taken into custody.
Former federal prosecutor and Holtzman Vogel partner Jonathan Fahey joins me now. Jonathan, your reaction to this suspect's arrest?
Well, it's great news that he was arrested. I just saw it this morning, and it really does show probably strong coordination with both, state, federal, local law enforcement, and they did a great job catching this guy. But I think on that earlier clip you're showing, he really is, when they say the face of
Not our
evil,
fight
there's
at all.
nothing better to describe what this person did other than just pure evil, to go to someone's home, kill them, just for not that there would ever be a justification, but to just show up at their door, murder them in cold blood, just truly horrific, not only for them, but the entire community around them. So great news that he was caught. Great work by law enforcement there.
Yeah, and the suspected motive is that he was targeting people who support abortion rights. He does have an online presence, and it shows that he was a devout Catholic, a pastor who preached at a church in the Congo. And one of his Facebook posts said he sought out militant Islamists in order to share the gospel and tell them that violence wasn't the answer. You just called him the face of evil. How do you go from devout Catholic to committing these crimes, wearing this mask that we see on our screen, and killing 2 people and attempting to kill 2 others?
Yeah, it's really kind of scary, because it does appear that maybe just something snapped with this guy, because at least if you see that, it doesn't look like this would be the person that would be later killing people or have intent to murder people in his head. But certainly something may have happened that changed this guy, but it is just hard to tell, and maybe they'll find that out as they dig deeper into it, not only social media, but they're going to do extensive interviews with family, friends, neighbors, other people that know him. So there may get some more insight onto that, but it is very troubling to see that.
Yeah, and then one of the other major elements of this case, Jonathan, is that he didn't impersonate a police officer. And that's something that you can't undo, you can't unsee. Are you concerned about copycats when it comes to this, and how does law enforcement mitigate that?
Yeah, I would be concerned about copycat people doing this. Also, the other thing is, it sort of erodes trust in law enforcement. Not that law enforcement didn't do a phenomenal job here, but now if people encounter law enforcement, particularly in that area, they may be hesitant.
So you see who she was in line with. She's in line with this woman right here. It's corruption going on, y'all. It's corruption in Minnesota government. It's corruption. She's in line with this woman right here. Remember, she popped up during Black Lives Matter. That's how she got elected.
Her net worth that has risen astronomically during her time in Congress. President Trump wants answers. Writing on Truth Social, quote, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. Saturday Night America anchor Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. It is amazing. When she started in 2019, she had a negative net worth. Her personal household net worth has gone from negative to $30 million, and her husband's...
George Floyd riots. George Floyd riots in 2019. Hold on. Look. Shit. Hold on. That's her with this woman right here. All Minnesota.
Rose Lake Capital firm, a consulting firm, has gone from just dollars up to $25 million in value.
Yes. So what's in
$25 million. Where did she get this money from, y'all? Who is funding this? Yo, she was worth $0. It's in 2019. up to $42 million in 2 years. Let's go back. Come on now, y'all can't see what's going on. Minnesota residents need to be trying to figure this shit out. This is way more important than that shit that's going on. The stuff that y'all think y'all fighting out there. Y'all need to be trying to figure this out. How did y'all allow these people to run y'all fucking state? Let's go back.
Husband's Rose Lake Capital firm, a consulting firm, has gone from just dollars up to $25 million in value.
Yes. So what's interesting, you have her husband, Wynette, who started Rose Lake Capital.
Ted Walsh part of it too.
Your point.
Ted Walsh and the governor and the mayor is a part of this. I told y'all a couple days ago, Minnesota is ran by Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And whoever else, whatever other groups. You know, I'm sure it's another group that we probably don't know. You know, because if they are the names we know, it's just imagine the names that we don't know. But that's who they ran by, y'all. The whole state is ran by that shit. That's why these protests are able to happen in Minnesota and in Portland. This won't go on nowhere else. It won't go on anywhere else. Unless, you know, they got their people that's at the top. Running the city, running the state.
So Rose Lake Capital, you noted $42 and then skyrocketed to millions within a year. And these are according to public filings that she put forward, according to documents in a lawsuit.
Her own numbers.
Yes. And it caught the attention of, listen to this, not Trump's FBI, Biden's FBI. So in 2024, Biden's FBI raised questions about this skyrocketing wealth, some of these business decisions, and even Wall Street experts say, why is a former political consultant, that's what Wynette was, running a massive financial firm that, by the way, we've never heard of, and we're on Wall Street and we think we would have heard of it? A lot of questions.
Not to mention they also have a winery that has also experienced a similar in
It's gonna
California,
get worse,
by the way.
yo. It's going. Yo, I'm telling you, if the residents of Minnesota don't take their ass in the house, there's gonna be a lot of casualties behind this shit because it's a fight that's going on between the left and the right. And what people need to do is allow them motherfuckers to figure that shit out. Don't be out that bitch protesting. Don't be out that bitch getting in the way. Let them figure that shit out, man. Look at this guy. Listen to them. Listen to this dude right here. He Antifa, not him. Definitely not him. I ain't. Listen to this dude. Where the fuck is that video at? I ain't got the video. Hold on, y'all. Damn, y'all fucking up today, man. I know I sent it to somebody. Who the fuck I sent that shit to? Look at this guy right here. Check y'all out right here, y'all. Y'all heard of him? Listen to y'all.
My name's Kyle. I'm Antifa, and this morning, ICE murdered another innocent person 4 blocks from my house. I heard the gunshots, and I thought it was nothing, and was trying to sleep away my morning until the fucking messages started flooding in. And my friend woke me up to say that I was needed front lines right away. Conveniently, I could walk there in about 5 minutes in the cold. And by the time I got there, there was already barricades in the streets and they had already started popping gas and there was a line of DHS in the streets. I have my truck on standby. I have gas masks on the ground there as much as I could deliver. I have people en route. If you're
who is funding this? Listen, how you got all of this? This is like this guy, like he's a fucking recovering dope fiend. You got guys on the ground. You send people. Yo, pay attention to what the fuck is going on, man, and stop letting the media trick you into nonsense.
You're seeing this video. We are done with peaceful protests now. The gloves come off.
Listen to him.
And ICE needs to get out. Run for the hills, boys. Because there's no message of peace that's going to fucking land after what they did this morning. 5 shots face down on the ground. You don't get to talk to me about peaceful fucking protest anymore. I have had these conversations with you people for a fucking decade. I have repeated myself ad nauseum to a deaf ears of cowards and bitch-made little fuckboys that want to fucking talk about their fucking feelings instead of putting hands on these murderers. My name's Kyle.
Yup.
I'm Antifa.
Yup. He got tattoos. I'm Antifa. Hold up, y'all. Let's go to his page. Because he be doing a whole bunch of talking. Check yo out. Check him out. Look. Look. Yo, this is what's going on in Minnesota, y'all. These people are at a fight with ICE. These people. Stay the fuck out of that shit. They're not gonna trick me into falling for this bullshit.
I'm Kyle. I'm Antifa. Good morning.
And he gay.
Live.
And he's gay as well. You can tell he's gay. Listen to how he said his name. Listen to him. I told y'all, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ movement, it's all the same. Listen to him. I'm Antifa. He gay as a motherfucker. And not have to say anything against anybody that's gay. I'm just saying they all the same people.
I'm Kyle. I'm Antifa. Good morning. Live from Minneapolis on the front lines. I just woke up from not really sleeping because the National Guard's been parked out front of my house all night, like idling their Humvees and flying their little helicopters around playing army men. Which, like, great, cool, awesome. PD2, you know, fucking.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. Thank you. See, I ain't saying nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying these are all the same people. Antifa and Black Lives Matter and whoever else that's affiliated with these people used real situations, yo, to push gay rights. That's what they did. That's what they did. That's how, if you recognize the pattern, you recognize that Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all that, they came around since 2012, Obama administration. Look how far the gay rights movement has came since 2012. They used police brutality. Nothing changed as far as police brutality. Nothing changed in the black community when Black Lives Matter got involved. Only thing has changed is the rights of gay people in America. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying they're using real situations like immigration, like police brutality, and they're gathering support based off of that, but they're pushing gay rights. That's what's going on, man. That's what's been going on. Like, I don't know what their motive is now, but I know that was their motive in the beginning.
All protected last night. Thank you, boys. Nice guys, all of them, too, you know. Real respect, real. Minneapolis PD is very familiar with me.
Yeah, you missing a point, Nick.
And no, I don't have a bunch of criminal charges. I'm actually a pretty good fucking dude. And yes, I'm fucking gay. To everyone in my comments that has made sure.
Told you. What the fuck? I told you, man. I told you. I ain't never watched this video before. Come on, y'all. Don't sit back and act like I don't know what the fuck I be talking about, man. I've been studying these motherfuckers for years, man. I've been paying attention since Black Lives Matter came about for years, man. Because I seen what they did. I seen what they did. They used police brutality to push gay rights. That's why there was so much financial backing behind it. And ain't never been that much financial backing behind the motherfucking all-black movement. The movement of black liberation. Hey, man, fuck no. That was a red flag off the rip. All them people, man, they got hundreds of millions. They got at least $100 million put behind them. I know it. He ain't even had to tell me. I know what it is, man. Know what it is. It's just what's the odds, y'all? Because I told y'all in this country we deal with odds, percentages. What is the odds that the woman who got killed last week or 2 weeks ago was also gay. It's the odds. So everybody just gay now. Everybody, but yo, come on, yo. Just people, it's frustrating talking to people. Yo. God damn. Because I don't want to make it seem like it's anything wrong with, because it's not. It's not. It's nothing wrong with it. You feel me? The problem lies when you're using, when you're hiding, you're masquerading, you're hiding behind a real agenda or a real problem. That's the issue. It's not the issue of being gay. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. The issue is when you're hiding behind something else, but your true motive is unknown. You know, your true motive is not, your true motive, your true agenda is being hidden. But what you're showing the world is, look, we're fighting against police brutality. We're fighting against ICE. But that's not really what you're doing. That's the issue. I want to make that very, very clear, man. That is the issue. I support people in whatever the fuck they want to do. Whatever they do. But don't lie about it. Don't lie about it. I don't think anything I said was confusing. I don't think anything I said was confusing. Maybe you just got to rewatch it. Because I think for people that understand, they know exactly what I just said. I try very hard to explain situations in depth. So if you're confused, then rewatch it a few times. You feel me? Because I ain't say anything that's confusing.
To come at me for that part. There's a beautiful naked woman in my bed. And I have an ex-wife and a daughter. And I give head as much as I receive it, which is clearly more than all of you. And like, if that's the thing you're going for, like to demonize me, like just go ahead and tell the world that you're touching yourself while you look at my photos. Cause like,
oh man, he wild. Let's get you the fuck out the screen. Now let's go back to this woman. Cause she's a part of it too. She's a part of it as well.
That has experienced a similar explosion. Real quick, I want to play Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip, talking about this earlier this week.
This needs to be investigated. She was right at the center of the Somali fraudster operation called Feeding Our Future, the $250 million fraud case, largest pandemic fraud case in the country. Those are her people, and they're the ones that donated to her campaign. So Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee are investigating this and looking into this, and this needs to be exposed.
Tom Emmer is Majority Whip because Republicans control the House. They also control the Senate, and they control the White House. Are they going to get to the bottom of this?
I certainly hope so. And by the way, I just note that winery you mentioned, one of the wines was called the Devil's Lie. How about that? But look, they say House Ethics or House Oversight.
Sometimes they tell the truth.
Sometimes they do. Yeah. And maybe they don't. We'll see. But House Ethics or House Oversight is going to look into it. But look, it's time. To your point, we have the House now. And I'm hopeful and bullish that maybe Republicans will overperform in the midterms. But that's not a guarantee. So now is the moment for House Oversight to look into it, for the FBI to look into it. Cash Patel's been doing a phenomenal job. I have no doubt that they are. But look, the time is ticking, especially for Congress.
Do you get the sense, I feel like Ilhan Omar has, a lot of, she's been out there saying crazy things about the fraud in Minnesota, talking about the ICE agents. All of it sort of makes me wonder if she's not, I don't know. I just get the sense that maybe the walls are closing in on her. Maybe she realizes that a lot of these questions are being raised.
This is her district that she oversees. Yeah. We have all seen the billions of dollars of fraud. We're just now scratching the surface of it all. And I'll tell you, I have my producer, he's amazing, Jake, has been watching Somali TV all week. So we have all these new clips from Keith Ellison and Jacob Fry. And these elected officials, there's a lot of questions, what they knew, when they knew about it, and why they didn't act.
And when you think about $9 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse, in a lot of it touching on programs that Ilhan Omar brought, included in legislation, and brought to her state, and then on top of that, it went to people who were politically connected to her.
That's right. And that's why David Hoke and Nick Shirley bringing light to this and asking the questions and pointing out, what did you know? When did you know about it? I'm hopeful that all of these officials come before Congress. It's great to hear from Nick Shirley and David Hoke, but I want to hear from Fry. I want to hear from Walls. I want to hear from Omar.
Absolutely. Okay, we've reached out to Congresswoman Omar's office for a statement, but we have not gotten a response. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley.
So look, so this is the video that got everybody up in arms. So
In days.
yesterday, you had another killing in Minnesota. Do I have that video? Yo, where's my video? Hold up, y'all. Let me go back out. Go back in. I should have some of these videos. You know, I saved them motherfuckers. Look at this dumbass. He been ducking the conversation with me for 2 years online. He part of it. His ass needs to get out there and get active, bitch. Instead of trying to trick everybody into jumping into this shit. Get in the field. Look at this dude right here. A fuck boy. Do y'all know they got a documentary on these guys? Look at them. He part of it. Check yo out. Pyru with a shotgun in his hand. Now he the leader of the new Black Panther Party. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even think he black. Alright, so look at this. Look at these guys. Antifa members. Anti-ICE protesters are now openly carrying firearms. Check them out. Trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all better stay out this shit. Being tricked into nonsense. Alright, so here's the video that's circulating. I think I got a few different videos.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Now look, I don't know if this guy is a part of Antifa or Black Lives Matter, but he should have stayed out of this shit. And this is the worst part about it. Like, I don't care what goes on with Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They came there with an agenda. They came, you know, if they died, they died for the cause. You know, salute to them. A lot of black people died for the cause too. Now, what the messed up part about it is people are going out there fighting and they think they're fighting for a righteous cause, but they're not. And this guy possibly could have lost his life because he's out there fighting for something. He's been misled. No, he was protecting an agent, an ICE member. I mean, not ICE member, a Black Lives Matter representative.
Oh shit! What the fuck? They killed my dude!
Now let's find the whole video. Fuck is the whole video at?
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
That's not the whole video.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people.
That's the same video. Look. This is the sad part about it. You got people like this that might not be affiliated to any of them parties jumping into this shit. Stay the fuck out of this, man. I guarantee if people get these motherfuckers out of their city, if Minnesota get these people out of their city, I guarantee you'll see less of these interactions.
Pussy! Fucking pussy! Fucking pussy! Yeah, fucking pussy! This is your warning! This is your warning! For what? Stop fucking following us! You are impeding operations! This is the United States federal government! Over here. I gotta get to my house. This is your warning! Gotta get to my house. Go home to your kids! Go to church. Go to home to your kids! This is your last warning! I serve the Lord! I will arrest you!
It might be, right? Yo, people just need to mind their business, man. Stop being tricked. Is this the video? All right, so look. This woman is Antifa. Look at, you always know who they are by how they dress. She's a part of one of them groups. Now, this guy who got killed was trying to protect this woman, probably thinking that she just was an average citizen. And he fell victim to it. And that's fucked up, but you ain't had nothing to do with this. When they dress like this and their face covered, you know they're part of some of these groups. So she was the target. Look. Now what happened was he had a gun, but they disarmed him before the shooting. This guy right here takes the gun. The fuck happened? That noise is crazy. Hold on, I'm turning it off. Look, he disarms him. He takes the gun. I don't know if a shot went off or what happened, but he ended up being killed. Yeah, he takes the gun right here. Now, look, you see? So she was the target. See how she's dressed? She's a part of these. And that's what I'm saying. If the residents of Minnesota, they need to get these people out of their city, man. You get these people out of the city, ICE presence will slow down. I guarantee you it will. Because that's why they there. They there fighting against them. Now you got this innocent man killed.
For the first time, and this is central to this whole morning. I mean, I think one thing everyone can agree on is that it is very sad that a life has been lost. We do have some information on Alex. We know that he is 37 years old. The Associated Press talked with his parents and said he is an ICU nurse, obviously someone who is a healer, a helper. That's how he is described. We also were told by the police chief that they quickly looked into his record, and they said what we found was
anti-fascist. That's what Antifa stand for. But it ain't about what they stand for. It's about what they, fuck the meaning of it. What do they really stand for? I don't think anybody knows.
Traffic citations. That's what they said as far as that. And they said he had a lawful permit to carry a weapon. Something Governor Wallace brought up in his press conference too, right? So we know that there are people mourning. We know there's somebody watching who's actually...
Just because that's what it stands for, that don't mean that's their true agenda. Will Williams.
Really got Alex's picture for the first time. And
Look, antagonizing. Look, antagonizing. The same thing the last girl was doing. The same thing that the last girl was doing. Antagonizing. Got this man killed, man. Look. Look.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He think he doing something noble. That's what got him killed, man. He think he's doing something noble because he don't know what the fuck really going on. He been misled by the media too. He been misled into getting involved in a fight that absolutely has nothing to do with him. He got killed because of it, which is fucked up, but he put himself in that situation. Let them people do their fucking job, man. Yeah, but this not just no average woman. This is a paid antagonist. That's who this is. This is a paid antagonist that's there obstructing justice. That's there getting in the middle of a federal investigation. Oh, he was stopping traffic too? Because look at them, yo. They all got face masks. They all got face coverings on. They all dressed the same. That's how you know who it is. They all dressed the same. They all dressed like this guy right here that I just showed y'all. The one dude. The wild ass dude. They all dressed like him. Not him. They all dressed like this dude.
My name's Kyle.
They all dressed like this, with the bandana covering their face and all that. Now, see, y'all keep talking about this ain't got shit to do with Trump. I don't give a fuck about Trump. I'm more worried about the people that's falling victim to this shit. This ain't about Trump. Well, it is. It's really about the left versus the right. That's what it's about. It's about the left versus the right. The left and the right is at war. The left and the right has been at war. But what I want the people to understand is, yo, we don't have anything to do with this. It don't matter if you're white or black or whatever. Yo, we don't have nothing to do with this. So if you jump out there thinking that you fighting immigration, you're being misfucking led. That's what I want people to understand. If you jump out there thinking you fighting against immigration, you're being misled. Because you're not. You don't know what the fuck you fighting. You don't know what this beef is about. I think it's about power. I think it's about control. That's what I think it's about. And we're not going to be the beneficiaries of any of this control. You feel me? We're not benefiting off of this at all. So let the people figure that shit out, man. Stay the fuck out of it. Stay the fuck out of it. It don't involve us. It don't involve us. Then you got people like him. You got her. Let's check her out.
I absolutely voted.
She a part of it too. She a part of them groups too.
Against this bill. There was no way I was going to continue to pump a historic amount of money into this rogue organization that is going out and is violating people's rights every single day on American cities. I was just not going to do it. At the end of the day, right now, I think that we need to clean house from top to bottom. I ended up signing on to impeachment of Kristi Noem, as well as I call her Cruel Christie. I signed on to that. But I don't even know. Here's my big issue. Right now, we have an administration all throughout that is deciding, yes, these are the laws, but we're just going to ignore them. They are not following the law. So why are we rewarding bad behavior? And that's basically what it is. This is the fifth.
Hey, Chad, y'all missing the point. Y'all keep looking. So stop looking at it through a fucking. Yo, you can't look at this shit through a vacuum. You cannot look at what's, because if you do, you're going to be misled. And that's the problem. People looking at it from a vacuum. It's not about him being recording, which is constitutional rights. It's about him involving himself in a political agenda that doesn't benefit him. That's what it's about. He involved himself in a political agenda that doesn't benefit him, man. He got misled. That's the sad part about it. That people, some people probably really care about immigration. Some people probably really don't like what's going on with the immigrants right now. And okay, I get it, on a human rights perspective. But that's not actually what's going on. You understand? This isn't about human rights. This is about the left and the right at war with each other. That's what it's about. He happened to just be a casualty of it. But if he'd have minded his business and stayed in the house, he'd have lived, man. He wouldn't have been killed, man. He wasn't even supposed to be in that situation, man. Well, yo, y'all is tripping, yo. See, this is why it's hard to talk to y'all, man. Yo, know how he can protect this community? Get Antifa the fuck out of it. That's how he can protect this community. If you're from Minnesota, that's how you can protect your community. Get these antagonist groups out of there. It's the only way it's going to stop. Man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all don't get it, man. That's why the people is going to forever be able to be controlled. We're going to forever be able to be misled because we don't get it. We don't get it. You talking about empathy. That's how you get tricked. You get tricked into empathy, compassion. That's the game the media always played on people. If I can tug at your heartstrings, I can make you do something that you probably shouldn't even be doing. I don't have any empathy for what's going on right now, yo. I have empathy for the citizens. I do have empathy for the guy that was murdered. I do. Because he got tricked. I do. He got tricked into jumping out there for a situation that didn't concern him. I am empathetic toward that. I am. That was fucked up. But I have to recognize that, yo, you allow that to happen.
Highest funded military force in the entire world. And what are they doing? They're killing people in the middle of the street. They decided to execute a mother of 3 in broad daylight.
Look.
I don't understand how we are sitting here and acting like this is...
You see how she did that? A mother, no, y'all. She was an antagonist. She was a paid antagonist. If she cared about them kids, maybe she shouldn't have took on that job title. Maybe she shouldn't have took on that job title, man. Maybe she shouldn't signed on to fucking be an antagonist and fight. And, maybe she shouldn't have signed on to that. But you can't sign on. Like I was talking about Diddy's situation and Cassie and all that. You can't sell your soul and then don't like the results of soul selling. You can't want to be around Diddy and be willing to do anything to be around Diddy. And then when Diddy make you do anything, now you say you was a victim. It's the same thing. You can't sign on to be an antagonist. And then you get murdered because you are an antagonist. And we supposed to have compassion for you. It doesn't make sense. This is you knew that you know you can be killed in a line of motherfucking work. It can happen. So compassion where? Empathy where? You decided to do this. This was your decision. Nobody made you becoming a paid antagonist. Because these people are paid. She wasn't even from Minnesota. She's from Colorado. What the fuck is you doing in Minnesota? And she just moved to Minnesota last year or this year or some shit. What was you doing there? And why are you following ICE around? Who is paying you to do that? Who have the money, the time, the resources to stop whatever they doing and get moved to another city and their job is to follow ICE around? Yeah, y'all is crazy, man. Y'all crazy, man. I can't do this shit with y'all, man. Some of y'all, yo, they gonna lead y'all right to the slaughterhouse. Motherfuckers is sheep out this bitch. Cattle. Yeah, man. And a lot of y'all is gonna be led right to the motherfucking slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse.
normal. The only reason I'm trying to be respectful of the time.
I do want to ask you though, would you support abolishing or defunding ICE?
We absolutely have to clean house. Whatever that looks like, I am willing to do it. Because if there are truly Proud Boys that are currently in ICE, that's a problem.
All right.
I absolutely voted against this bill.
Yo, they're not coming for me. They're not coming for me. They're not even coming for the citizens of Minnesota. They're not there for that. They're not even coming for the citizens of Minnesota. They are coming to beef with the people that was there to beef with them. That's what it is, man. It's like, why would you step in between the war between the Blood and the Crips? If you're a civilian, you don't got no gang affiliation, and you see the Bloods and the Crips out there at beef, at war with each other, is you gonna get in the middle of it? How it don't make sense? If you are a civilian and the Bloods and Crips are beefing on your block actively, they going to war, are you going to jump out there in the middle of it and be like, okay, stop it? I don't like what's, you going to stay the fuck in the house and mind your motherfucking business and let the people that's designed to stop that shit. Like, yo, people got to start applying common sense to situations and stop being able to be manipulated into manipulate your decision making. No, you gotta realize ICE didn't come there first. Antifa and Black Lives Matter came there first. They came there first. ICE didn't come there first. Trump just deployed ICE earlier this year. I'm gonna go back. Can't put the cart before the horse, man. Look at this. How long ago was this right here? Hit that like button, y'all.
I watched that yesterday, and there were a lot of different forms to it. But there was a woman screaming, "Shame, shame, shame, shame." She was a agitator, probably a paid agitator, but in my opinion, she was an agitator, a very high-level agitator, so professional. She wouldn't stop screaming. I said, this isn't a normal situation. This is a professional troublemaker. Because you heard it and I had it. Now, I will say this. The news sort of turned her down, turned her off. Because you're trying to watch. She was so loud and so crazy and just not normal. When somebody sees something like that, they don't go screaming and the same words. So, I guess you could say professional, but I didn't think she did a very good job. You have agitators, and we will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement. Yeah.
Yo, that's what's going on out here. Yo, see, people don't like Trump, so they don't want to believe him. But that's what's been going on. That's what happened. That's what the George Floyd riots was about, and all of that. Did y'all see the video when Philly made the Black Lives Matter leave? I wish that video was still online. Let me see if where my other phone at. Philly residents kicks out Black Lives Matter during George Floyd protests. Can't find that shit. But there was a video a long time ago, like 2000, where they kicked out the residents. They kicked out Black Lives Matter. They said, man, y'all not protesting on our streets. Fuck that. Made them niggas dip. Made them bounce. Hold on. Look. This is a political game, y'all.
Business Association loans to suspected scammers in Minnesota, of which there are many. It's a great state. 8,000 SBA loans, Small Business Association loans to suspected scammers in Minnesota, of which there are many.
How did the Minnesota government allow this to happen? Because Minnesota government is in on the play. They in on it. Listen to it again. And I'm sure what the Somalians was able to get away with.
We have also suspended nearly 8,000 SBA loans, Small Business Association loans, to suspected scammers in Minnesota, of which there are many. It's a great state. It was a great state. Now it's getting destroyed by that stupid governor. What a stupid guy he is. But he's a crook. I mean, he's a incompetent guy, but he's a crook. He allowed this to go. You can't have corruption on a scale that nobody's ever seen before, and you're sitting as a governor and you don't know what's going on.
Come on, y'all. This is what's going on, y'all. It's corruption. It's corruption, y'all. Y'all. I went back to the video before. But did y'all remember during the George Floyd riots? Yo, they took over a police station. They took over a fucking police precinct. How the fuck did that happen? Yo, get some guys together. Theoretically, you know, get some guys together and try to take over your local police department and see what the fuck happens. See what happens. But somehow, some way, they was able to do that shit in Minnesota or Portland, or whatever one of them states that allowed that shit. Yo, is that common? Have we ever seen that before? Will we see that again? Yo, they took over police precinct. Burnt it to the ground. And y'all think that's organic. Y'all truly believe that you can do that in America without mass casualties. Come on, man. Y'all gotta smarten up, man. Y'all gotta smarten up, y'all. For the people that believe that, it's crazy.
Going on, it's impossible. Even though he's a stupid guy.
I'm trying to.
We're investigating large-scale visa fraud.
Appreciate the health tips.
And the Department of Justice has already charged nearly 100 people in criminal conspiracies in Minnesota. They're all over the place. Last week, we announced that I'm creating a brand new division at the Department of Justice, a legal strike force led by a really tough, smart new Attorney General for fraud. He's a fantastic young guy. He's so impassioned to do this properly. We intend to imprison any fraudster, politician, or public official involved in these sick plots to loot and pillage our country. Think of that Ilhan Omar. She lives in Somalia. They don't have a government.
Oh, and she's what's the odds she's Somalian too? What is the odds that she is Somalian too? Wow, yeah. So that's you know, there's no red flag there. There's no red flag that Somalians in Minnesota stole billions of dollars. And she also, her net worth went up 30 million in a year. No fraud there, huh? Nothing to see here, huh? Yo, come on, yo. People can't be that fucking stupid. Yo, people can't be that fucking stupid, yo. It's no, I refuse. Y'all, I got more faith in humanity than that. I got more faith in human beings to believe that, yo, we cannot see what's going on. I refuse to believe it. I won't believe it. I won't believe it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we that goddamn slow.
They don't have police. They don't have anything. All they have is murder and robbing ships, bringing in ships, pirates. That's stopped. Same missile, ping. That's the end of them. It's amazing how that can stop corruption. Those missiles, they never miss, you know. The same one, exactly the same one. But
Yeah, I'm from
think of it, she
Baltimore.
comes from a country with nothing, and she comes here and she tells us about our Constitution. I have a constitutional right to rip off the country. I guess she's a total scam artist. Anybody knows it. How do you let her get away with it? AOC +3. She was one of the three.
Yep. She another
They're all
one.
scammers. They're so bad for our country. They're so bad for our country. Our ICE operation in Minnesota, for example, is finding hundreds of killers, violent predators, and child rapists, some of the worst criminal offenders anywhere in the world, murderers all over the place. All we want to do is get them out. Did you see the pictures that we put up? Hundreds of them. Murderers wanted for murder, wanted for the worst drug selling. One of them is one of the biggest drug dealers in the world.
All
And
right,
vicious.
Mr. Page.
Sells bad drugs, too. Bad drugs, like if you take a tiny little morsel, your child is dead. And we're getting them. But it's hard to get them because they make it so impossible for you. And you wonder why. Why would they do that? You know, do they want to live with murderers? Do they want to live with these people that are emptied out from prisons?
Y'all keep talking about equal
They have a lot
rights.
of-
Yo, people is not getting it. Yo, this shit ain't got nothing to do with rights. yo, why people don't understand, man? Golly, yo, this got nothing to do with human rights, y'all. It doesn't. Doesn't have anything to do with human rights.
People, one of the reasons I was so angry with Venezuela, they emptied their prisons almost entirely into the United States of America. Tren de Aragua was the gang, one of the worst, probably the most violent gang there is anywhere in the world, they say. We're getting them out. We've got a lot of them out already, but we're getting them out. We're also going to revoke the citizenship of any naturalized immigrant from Somalia or anywhere else who is convicted of defrauding our citizens. We're going to get them the hell out of here fast. And if you come to America to rob Americans, we're throwing you in jail and we're sending you back to the place from where you came. We're throwing you right in jail.
The U.S. citizens need to stay the fuck out of this shit, man. God damn, yo. Like, how many times I gotta say it, yo? Regular U.S. citizens that's not affiliated to these groups need to stay home. They need to stay home.
And they know it, too. And one of the reasons they're doing these fake riots, I mean, they're just terrible. I mean, you see it's so fake. Shame, shame, shame. You see the woman, that's all practice. They go practice. They go to areas, they take hotel rooms, and they all practice together.
Okay.
It's a whole scam. We're finding out who's funding all this stuff, too. We pretty much know. But in conclusion, as we liberate our country from this cultural scourge and the plague of corruption and fraud, we'll rediscover the natural energy and native spirit that truly makes America great again, like we're doing with Detroit and Michigan. If we get rid of fraud and do our job properly on the trillions that are being extorted out of our country from corrupt and incompetent governors like Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, and Tim Walz, we will very soon have a balanced budget, and that's the kind of money that we're talking about. We're talking about massive amounts of money. Our country wasn't built by people who tried to lie and cheat and scam their way to success. It was built by legends
Yo,
like
it's not gonna happen
Henry
to me, man. It's
Ford,
like, yo, y'all
Henry
crazy,
Dow,
man.
Thomas Edison, the Kellogg brothers, Alfred P. Sloan, the founder of General Motors, men who lifted up American workers and strengthened our nation beyond even belief. And we're doing the same exact thing right now. I think we're doing it even better. This is the fierce spirit of patriotic free enterprise that we're now unleashing once again. We are unleashing it like maybe never before. Together we have turned the page forever on the failed left-wing model that makes our America poor, desolate, and makes people feel sorry for us. That's what we had. We had a country where our leader was laughed at and our country was scorned. We had a country that was left.
Hey, yo. For the people that's... yeah, where are they going to send black Americans to? Whatever, 3593. Where are they going to send black Americans to? Please tell me. Please tell me. Somebody explain this to me. Where are they going to... Yo, they've been sending black Americans to jail for 50 years. Everybody keeps saying black people next. I think black people was first. Where are they going to send black people to? El Salvador and Nigeria. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. El Salvador and Nigeria. Yo, y'all is tripping, man. Yo, hey, man. Salute to y'all, man. They send the black people to Nigeria. Yo, it's not about supporting Trump, man. This ain't got nothing, to me, it ain't about supporting Trump. It's about recognizing what's really going on. It's about recognizing what's really going on, man. And what's really going on is it's a fight between the left and the right that doesn't serve me any purpose, doesn't serve you any purpose. And for the citizens that's getting involved in it, they're being misled. They're being misled. Stay the fuck out of it. Let them fight so there ain't no fight left. But you and me, as American citizens, need to stay the fuck away from this shit. It don't have anything to do with us. It's a fight over power. Yo, y'all is crazy, man.
They laughed at us 2 years ago. They laughed at us. They thought we were fools. They thought we were stupid people. Now we're seeing that they're not the smart ones. We are. But we have a great America, and we're going to enrich it. And foreign nations, foreign migrants, criminal fraudsters, and corrupt politicians are not going to play a role anymore. They're going to be in jail. Under the Trump administration, we're reclaiming America's dignity, rebuilding America's wealth, and we're putting the productive, hardworking American citizen at the center of every single thing that we do. They were the ones that built America, and they will build it up again, and that's what they're doing at levels nobody thought was possible.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with us, man. So let's go back. I got some more videos when you talk about Somalians. And then we're gonna go to these Black Panther dudes. And y'all is crazy, man. Y'all is what the fuck happened? I want to go to that. God damn, I done fucked it up. Hold on. Is this the video we just watched? Yeah, we just watched that. So he's threatened to cut funding to Minnesota. He's a part of it.
Donald Trump, I call on you once again. Remove this force from Minnesota. They are sowing chaos and violence. We've seen deadly violence from federal agents again and again and again. And I call on all Americans to see the decency that this
That's all it
is,
52.
and the
52
horrific
Thank you for having
cruelty,
sense.
unprofessional.
Yo, suit to everybody that got common sense, man. For real. Because I realize as the days go by, yo, that it ain't as common. They need to change it. Uncommon sense. Now, when you got uncommon sense, we need to change that saying, man, because it ain't common. People don't have common sense. Common sense is believing the agenda in today's world.
Absolute abomination that is passing for what these ICE agents are doing on our streets. Do I have any confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing? No, I don't have a lot of confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing. Thank God we have video, because according to DHS, these 7 heroic guys took an onslaught of a battalion against them or something. It's nonsense, people. America, as you're listening, enough is enough. Enough is enough of this. End this. End this.
When God...
Donald Trump, I call on you once again.
Let's go back. Some more.
In that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find an offensive word, retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
You don't think
You have a problem with it? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into a state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country. Yeah, there's something wrong with Walls.
in that same post?
Hold on, y'all had more videos than this. I had more videos than this, man.
And ABC White House correspondent Karen Travers has more on the president's threat to invoke the Insurrection Act. Karen, what would it take and what would it mean for the president to invoke this?
Diane, we have heard the president threaten this before, but what this would mean is the president could deploy the military and he could federalize National Guard troops. And I think it's important to remember that this has not been used, the Insurrection Act, since 1992. That was in Los Angeles in response to the riots that happened after the Rodney King verdict. It hasn't been used without coordination with state officials since the 1960s, and that was in response to protecting civil rights protesters.
Make
But
sure
when
y'all
you look at
subscribe
some
to
of
the
the
channel
language
for
from
me, man.
administration officials in recent days, they certainly
If
seem
you want the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is, man, subscribe to the channel because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I ain't out here pushing no narrative. I don't got no political affiliation. I ain't controlled. Ain't nobody funding me. I just go off of what makes sense.
teeing up the potential for the president to take this action. Stephen Miller, one of the president's top advisors, has said that this is the Minnesota lawmakers right now and officials there are encouraging violent insurrection. A top official at the Justice Department, Todd Blanche, just last night in a post directed at the governor of Minnesota and the mayor of Minneapolis said, "I'm focused on stopping you from your terrorism by whatever means necessary," and said that wasn't a threat, it was a promise. Now, when you look back, the president in June said that he could potentially use the Insurrection Act in response to some protests that were aimed at the immigration crackdown at that point. And back in October, Diane, he also said he would consider using it as a way to get around state and local officials that were not.
Look how long this been going on, y'all. It just ramped up this year. Yo, Minnesota government had months to get these people out of their fucking city. And they did nothing. They did nothing. They allowed it to go on so much so that now you got all this other stuff going on. Is this the we just watched? Oh no, look what's going on in Ukraine. Russia just attacked Ukraine. It's a lot going on in the world right now, y'all. Y'all know we on the brink of war. I think that's another reason we trying to get these people out. You don't know who the fuck they is. Damn, y'all. Where's that video? Somalians steal billions of dollars in Minnesota. Ready to go to war with China, Dana. You ain't know that? America's ready to go to war with China. It's ready to be a world war. Once China take over, once we take over Greenland, China's gonna try to take over Taiwan. And that's gonna cause real problems.
I'm national correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. Luxury cars, private villas, and overseas wire transfers. Newly obtained documents are laying bare just how far a group of Minnesota fraudsters went to blow through hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money. Money that was supposed to feed hungry children during the pandemic.
It was one of the largest COVID-era fraud schemes in the country.
We're not even at the end of the beginning of our pursuit of the stolen money and of the people who stole it.
In Minnesota, investigators say the defendants, many of Somali descent, turned a federal child nutrition program into their personal bank account and then went on a global spending spree.
The court exhibits obtained by CBS News show first-class trips around the world, including a villa with a private pool in the Maldives, lakefront homes in Minnesota, luxury cars, stacks of cash, and wire transfers moving the stolen taxpayer money to China and East Africa.
So how much money are we talking about stolen from the American taxpayer? I can say with great comfort, well in excess of $1 billion.
Another alleged fraud scheme is raising red flags, this time in Maine, and it bears striking similarities to the case in Minnesota. In this instance, a Somali-American, Dr. Abdullah Ali, the executive director of Gateway Community Services, is accused of defrauding the state's Medicaid program.
You should be able to rob taxpayers of millions of dollars and just get away with it.
Critics accusing Minnesota leadership of deliberately...
China's going to invade Taiwan. This is coming from somebody that's in the military. This is not me. This is my sources. My sources told me last year that and people that follow my channel, y'all know I already said this, that in 2027, China is going to invade Taiwan. Now, you can't allow China to take over Taiwan because Taiwan make them semiconductor chips that you need to go in just every cell phone has them. We can't allow China to gain that type of power. Also, China's getting too big. And y'all know how these countries work. You know, it's divide and conquer. You know, if they get big enough to the point they might want to take us over.
Turning a blind eye to warning signs, schemes are underway.
They're concerned about, maybe being called racist or bigoted. The corruption went on and on and on for years because there was this climate of fear of wanting to raise these issues and disrupt the political networks that were benefiting those elected leaders in power.
Republicans on Capitol Hill launching an investigation into Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, accusing him of letting the fraud run
So
rampant
all
on
countries
his watch.
operate.
Of course, we always wish we would have known more sooner. Were there state employees that should have known more? Yes. It was the lack of skepticism around these programs. So retrospectively, you always want to do more. But
And what's the odds she's Somalian? So you got Somalians in Minnesota stealing billions, and she happens to be Somalian. What's the odds of that? What's the odds of that?
Minnesota is reeling from a fraud scandal involving $1 billion siphoned from multiple federal programs during the COVID pandemic. In the past 3 years, 87 people have been
During the
charged,
COVID pandemic.
61 convicted, most of
Go back
Somali
to
descent.
Go back to George Floyd protests. All during the pandemic. How ironic. In Minnesota. None of this has any connection or correlation to the other. It's just happening organically, y'all. For the sheep.
Erica MacDonald was U.S. Attorney for the District of Minnesota during the first Trump administration. What happened in Minnesota where fraud was able to run rampant that it didn't in other states?
Lack of accountability, frankly. We knew that fraud occurs, and there's warning signs that come
What's
with
up,
it, and
Carl?
they were ignored in this case.
According to investigators, the schemes involved bogus receipts and invoices for meal programs, housing assistance, and behavioral health services, charging the state millions for services that were never provided.
I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars.
The president lashed out at Minnesota's Somali community during Tuesday's cabinet
Yo,
meeting.
how did that happen, y'all? How did that happen? Billions of dollars? How does a fraud scheme where billions of dollars are being stolen go unnoticed? How does that happen, yo? Billions. Yo, they getting people for PPP loans when they only got 20, 30,000. So you mean to tell me these people stole billions and no red flags in Minnesota? Come on, y'all. We gotta tighten up. Minnesota government is a part of this shit.
White House, saying he doesn't want them in the country and called them garbage.
I think it's a beautiful country.
Jamal Osman, who moved from Somalia to Minnesota when he was 14, is a naturalized U.S. citizen and a member of the Minneapolis City Council.
Anyone who looks like me are scared right now.
The fear comes as the Somali community here is bracing for a surge of ICE agents cracking down on migrants who've been issued final deportation orders. The president is pointing to the fraud cases in Minnesota, and we know that a majority of the suspects are of Somali descent. How is your community taking that?
Well,
I'ma
my
show you.
community is upset. Yes, people commit crimes, but the entire community should not be blamed based on what some individuals did.
Let me show you something. For people say you got proof. Let me show you who who blew the whistle on this whole thing. Let's go back. How many days ago was that we watched that video? Shit. How many days ago was we watched that video? About 3 days ago? Only watched a little bit of it. I meant to watch this too. I ain't ever watched that shit. Do I got that on Instagram? Hold on. We're gonna get back to Somalia. Hit that like button, y'all. We should be at least 100 likes. Hold on. Y'all know how we be getting sidetracked and shit. There's so much that need to be talked about and exposed. Did I save that? Look, she's Somali. See Somali, man. She was just on the news. Did a whole press conference. Wonder if she a paid actor. Let me see. I don't think I saved it. It was a portion of that press conference that I wanted to show, or I wanted to watch. We might not watch it on this live. I ain't got it. We might gotta go back and watch this. Let me get this in my history real quick.
$1.99, numbers that nobody has heard for years, actually since my last administration.
All right, I just want to get that on my history. All right, hold on. Let's go back to what I was saying about the Somalians. We gotta watch this too. Let me get this in my history real quick, cause we're gonna go to this next.
Depuis la mort de Renee Nicole Good, les Panthers.
All right. A YouTuber did a video exposing the Somalians and the scam that they was running. What's the day? Was that Monday we watched that? It wasn't this far back. Hold on. Somalian scam exposed in Minnesota. Y'all remember, we watched that video a couple days ago. Here you go, YouTuber. What's his name? We gotta find
Well, for the first time tonight, the state is responding to a viral video alleging more fraud in Minnesota, this time daycare fraud. Since it was posted last week, the video has racked up millions of views, even catching the attention of the FBI director. Lou Ragoose has the latest on the response from the state.
So this is Quality Leering Center. A misspelled sign and an apparent lack of anyone inside a licensed child care center in Minneapolis. Just one stop.
His name Nick Shirley. Let's find Nick Shirley. Cause we ain't watched the whole video. Here we go. Here you go, right here. Yeah, 51 minutes. Let's check this out. Yo. You know what you mean? They Somalians. That's what they are. They're not Black Americans. Somalians. Their allegiance is to Somalia.
Theorist for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota
They've
fraud
been
scandal has
snatching black
erupted the
people
nation as protests and riots.
and holding black people for days, for years now, man. And nobody cared. Now they want black people to care about what's going on with them. Man, fuck out of here. I'm not stupid. Nobody cared, man. These same people didn't give a fuck when that shit been happening to Black Americans for hundreds of years. So now they want Black Americans to care that it's happening to them? Nope. Not me. I think you'd be a fool.
I'm asking no. You don't ask me nothing. $1.25 million. No, I'm the only community that does fraud.
How did they say this building was closed?
Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional...
Look, they paused payment to child care because of this shit. So how many American citizens was affected by this? How many black people or people in general that was involved in child care that's really running, you know, organizations that's not involved in scandal was affected by this? Yo, you crazy. I'm very pro-black. Very, very, very pro-black. So pro-black that I don't give a fuck about what's going on with them because they ain't give a fuck about what's going on with us. That's how pro-black I am. What the fuck you
Conspiracy
talking
theorists
about?
for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Leering Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali-owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information.
They don't give a fuck about what's going on with black people, man.
Like,
yo, that's one of the biggest lies ever told. What's up, cuz? One of the biggest lies ever told is that we all one as black people. Yo, that is a falsehood. That's a falsehood, man. And if you believe that, then congratulations, you have been misled. But to think that just because we share the same complexion, that we all in this together, yo, that is a lie. And if you believe that lie, salute to you. But over here, we know better. We know better than that shit.
Have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an apartment, some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so child care is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals, someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And
look, they're out there fucking the money up for American citizens. Y'all don't care about that? Y'all don't care that the Somalians came to Minnesota and now they stopping funding? And now real American citizens are being affected? That doesn't matter to people, huh? Okay.
At this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips, but I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid three different ways. And the average is going to be 50.
I wish they would have shared the money, but they didn't because they don't share with us. We're not on the same team. So now that they're cracking down on them, why the fuck should I care? Why should you care? They ain't share the money with us.
$8 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip. So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? Zero. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all the fraud together because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving. Mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever. And there's never, ever, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles.
7 years they've been doing
I followed some of them. They're going to Costco. They're going to Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
Told y'all.
Heard it here first, David.
Told y'all the government. I told y'all the government is involved. But they want people to go out that bitch and fight. Man, y'all tripping. Y'all better stay the fuck out of this shit. Let them boys figure that shit out. Let the boys figure it out, man.
Go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue,
Nah,
I have
yeah,
no
I
idea where
agree
they're
with
parking them because there is
But they
no
gotta be
parking
right. They gotta be that way around.
anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have Loving Arms Adult Daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. And so the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find fraud. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation, 607.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari Transportation is.
We don't know.
Okay, so the business is not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring. Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for Safari Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015. Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota. Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today. This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's not Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Do you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Do you see?
Exactly. It's not
Do you see
here.
it?
It's a fraud.
Do you see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next
Okay,
address.
that's it.
All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right
Streamline
here.
Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered as 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Now I gotta sped up a little bit, yo.
Streamline Transportation?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
We don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring?
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Safari
We're looking for Safari Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there, that's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
Man, he's
That
telling.
man just said that Safari is actually a
nigga told.
money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation company.
They said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation.
All these Somalians.
You ever heard of it?
God damn, they look real good. All these Somalians look like they spreading the money around real nice over that motherfucker to each other.
He said to ask here, but you would know.
But they want black people to go out and ride.
Dreamline
Protest.
Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607, Safari Transportation, doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617, Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking your community by any means.
Are you making
We're
money
looking,
from this?
we're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For instance, can you answer our question? Where's the Safari Transportation Company 607? It's not there. And why don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you
I
making
make money off of
this?
YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That my job
and attacking
is.
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me tell
David,
you the reason why
fraud
you're
is fraud,
attacking
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud. It's
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim,
No, it does not.
all right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here,
change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, you don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not
Because
saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments,
what
not
I see
me.
is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are, listen,
That's not what I'm saying.
you're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community.
How?
All right, you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
Concentration
Answer the
camps.
question. Where
That's something
where
that
is
can-
the transportation
something that
vehicle
can
company?
jeopardize
Answer the question.
the safety and the protection of
This
the
is
Somali
fraud.
community.
We're talking
If
about fraud,
anything
sir.
happens to the Somali
We're talking about
community,
fraud.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching you.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What
We're talking
you're
about
doing-
fraud.
what
You're
what
defending
doing-
fraud.
when
You're
I go
defending
into your
fraud.
comments,
You're defending fraud.
people who hate Muslims
People
want us
can-
out of here
people can say
for
what they
being
want. I'm not
Muslim
censoring
are
anybody.
using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud.
What
We're
you're
asking
doing,
about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims.
You
We're
know
talking
you
about
hate
fraud.
Muslims.
We're talking
Why
about
are you
fraud.
attacking us?
This
Are we
is
the
fraud.
only community
We're
that
talk-
suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about
Are we
fraud.
the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community
Yeah,
that
he
does this?
snitched.
This is about
All right,
fraud.
but there's what, 300 Somali
This is
providers
fraud.
in all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Is there-
So,
you speak English?
transportation companies.
The security doesn't even speak English. Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you something.
see, this isn't a race issue,
Listen,
sir.
let me
This is about fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
You're going to sacrifice the safety of 80,000 people
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers?
Okay.
Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about the mass
Listen,
shooting happens
right?
in Minnesota?
He's highly upset. He is. This lets you know that they doing some shit that ain't right. Because he is pissed that they being exposed right now. But these are the people that they're saying, you know, black people are being attacked. Let me go to the Breakfast Club real quick. Man, we talked about this guy the other day. Hold up. Remember this? Hold on. Remember this on the Breakfast Club? Here we go. Where is it at? I should be coming up on it. Hold on. Fuck. Alright, let's just go to that page. Look at that shit. Where the fuck that shit? Where did it go at? Here it go. Here it go, right here. Look, remember this? We gotta stand up, y'all. We have to stand up for this.
Man activity masquerading as ICE agents.
This is what we gotta stand up for, y'all. Right here. That's what we need to stand up for.
Only because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick Shirley.
This
Any Somali,
is about
if
fraud.
one single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud, sir.
You sensationalize, you son of a sensationalize.
Wow, you're very nice.
Out of my neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of my
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the
Get the
transportation
fuck out of my
company
neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sir, this is
You want
about
to
fraud.
sensationalize? You want it clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
want it clicks?
You're sensationalizing yourself.
You want it clicks? You want it YouTube?
Tell me where the transportation
You want it
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck out of our
vehicle
community.
is. Tell me where the... This is about fraud. This is,
Say I don't want
this is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and I
want
want
to
to
change the
change freedom of
Constitution.
religion. And I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking...
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud. So appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now. Alright, we're going. We're going. But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
Still going on?
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent And the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation
He
company?
wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just by
Now,
thinking
Minnesota
about
government allowed this to go on.
44.
Neither business was.
Remember the Ohan girl, net worth went up 30 million in a year. She must. I need to find out who our accountant is. She must got a great business accountant, because that is what was it, like a 8,000% increase? Like, god damn, where the fuck she getting all this money from? She need to be
there or
shit. She black, right? Once she give us the recipe, you know what I mean? 3,500%. You know, if we all in this together, right? Share the knowledge. Should we all try and get rich in a year?
And giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud. All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And
hit that like button, y'all. Share the live. Get to 100 likes.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking timestamp, date stamp photos. All these vehicles.
Cars, man. They need to, you know, you need to donate those. Shit, give me one of them bitches. Yeah, man, I can use another car.
Vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago, and look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally. No vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This is what it's about. This is part of the reason that ICE is there. We still talking about the same situation. This is part of the reason that ICE is there. You know, this is the obvious reasons, but there's underlying reasons as well. And that's the beef between the right and the left that us as American citizens has nothing to do with. Residents of Minnesota need to stay the fuck out of this shit because you don't even know what you're fighting. So you just had a man that incorporated himself in a political agenda that doesn't really involve him. He lost his life because he's being misled through propaganda.
11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building, icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address. Yeah. So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that. And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they're moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never...
DEI doesn't support black people. This from some people, so DEI, why you hashtag DEI? You know who benefited the most from DEI? White women. But you know the narrative that media created? Oh, he's attacking black people. No, man. Simple Google search. It tell you who DI helped the most. Simple Google search. Google now and come back and apologize.
Provide the service at the healthcare provider, but that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain...
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is?
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
Where is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay, so Silver Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name of that, the name's not Silver Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain.
Don't ask me that. When you come...
All right,
So
sir,
Silver
well,
Mountain-
so
It's
Silver,
another way
so
to-
Silver Mountain does not exist.
You're making a business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business.
Okay, sir.
People.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain?
I don't know
Home
where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. All right, we're moving on. So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home
I can't find
Healthcare?
any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard
I
of
know
them.
what it
He doesn't know
stands
anything
for.
about them.
Of course I know what it
So,
stands for.
they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. That the reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on,
They already got
they
the
would say,
word.
What are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't because they know we're shining a light on the fraud, and they have no defense. So, in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some of them don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there. We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here? It looks like there's a guy over
Hit
here.
the like
Let's see if we
button,
can
y'all.
talk to him
Subscribe
really
to
quick.
the channel
Do
if
you
you're
know
new.
about Epimonia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And I see him maybe twice a month so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building. And this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
I don't get into conservative or liberal. I'm not political. I'm not political like that, y'all. I just want people to know what's going on, y'all, and stop falling for media propaganda. Stop being tricked and manipulated into fighting for a lie. That's my main focus. They're trying to trick people into fighting for a lie, and they're using immigration to do it. This ain't propaganda. This is real. How is this propaganda when he's showing proof? He's going to these establishments. How is this propaganda? How is it propaganda? I don't know what he does on his daily, I'm talking about this video in particular. He's showing proof. He's going to the places. He's talking to the people. It's nothing propaganda about that. It's not propaganda. This is real.
He should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started to be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and the guy just said, he confirmed that there was never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's
he's
over.
spamming,
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How can they have even? How can they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis, and there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advanced Mobility Incorporated.
No, so we can zoom in. Y'all see that?
What's interesting about this company is that state
the
records
like
show
button, y'all.
that
Get
it
to
first
100 likes.
registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
So we're going to go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're going to see if we can go inside.
Brian is the best content marketing team lead I've ever worked with, but before he created his content calendar using Monday.com...
You can look up business and LLCs. You know, all that stuff can be proven.
In here we have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if Advanced Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility
Keith.
here?
That motherfucking easy.
You don't get too far. I don't think you guys are allowed to record.
Do you know where Advanced Mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
Minnesota's ran by Antifa.
Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. We're just looking for Advanced Mobility. Where's Advanced Mobility at?
We don't care about Advanced Mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for Advanced Mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for Advanced Mobility.
Look, all of them Somalis.
Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
They're not employing no black people. No American blacks have been. We haven't seen an American black person working with them yet. But we all one. You know, we all the same. We in this together. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're pushing us out of here. Where's Advanced Mobility at?
We don't care about Advanced Mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like to give a statement on where Advanced Mobility is?
Nope. Go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So
25 more likes, y'all.
It's not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
This is Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley,
I
sir.
don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care
Minnesota.
about that. Get out of here.
And so you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here. Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation. See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation places. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's just healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that's Ray Transportation. All of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change.
What you say the address was?
This is from the state of Minnesota.
About that. Get out of here.
And so you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here. Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist, and it's been registered.
Hey, whatever your fucking name is, Advanced Mobility, 13th Avenue, Suite 224. It doesn't exist. Fuck boy. You see it for yourself? So you want proof? You see it for yourself. They just went there. It doesn't exist. Quilson. You see it? Let's go back. Advanced Mobility. Your dumb ass.
Since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on the street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation. See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know transportation places. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay, well.
It's just
Ray's places.
R-A-Y-Z.
Well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that's Ray
They went to the
Transportation.
building.
All of these
They
transportation
went to the
companies,
building with the address that's located on the website.
they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change. Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need
More
these type
y'all,
of spaces
20 more
for.
likes. Hit the like button.
This is crazy
Double
stuff.
tap.
But I'm glad that you bring it like.
Double tap the screen. Y'all hit the like button. You know, we one of the only channels that's gonna keep it real with you. We don't give a fuck about your feelings or emotions. You know, the truth doesn't have feelings. The truth doesn't have emotions. A lot of times it's uncomfortable, but yo, it is what it is. And for the citizens of Minnesota that's going out there riding and protesting, yo, take your ass in the house. You're being misled into a system or a situation that more than likely ain't benefiting you one way or another. Shit ain't got nothing to do with us. This is between the left and the right. Let them figure that shit out.
So it is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, you keep the false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should be in your car.
You should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got an attorney general.
Look,
let them.
He's not denying that it's fraud going on. He's just saying, yo, stay out of it. Let us fraud in peace. You feel me? She ain't got nothing to do with you. Minnesota governor know what the fuck going on. You know, he allowing it. You know, he part of it. He might be breaking them off on the side. You know what I mean? That's how that one lady accumulated all that wealth in a year.
Do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
You're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
South side. Splinter. Get it.
Sir, so we were having a civil conversation. The guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. About the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna it's a very tight knit community.
You saw firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection. So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no feelings towards you.
No. He's an American black guy. Those are Somalians. It's a separation. It's a difference. If it wasn't a difference, he'd be working with them motherfuckers. He live around there. Why they ain't give him a job?
By any means, we're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue. It's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
The government is a part of it.
And so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs. And we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those
10 more likes,
suburbs.
y'all.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies that's registered with the state of Minnesota.
Hey, where my man Croson go
in
at?
St. Louis Park. And so
Hey, since I proved him
let's
wrong,
see
he
if this
ain't
one actually
common
exists.
sense.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are.
Yeah, they
And
probably would have if they
it's an
let more
apartment
people in.
complex. There's no signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another
Just be all in this
fraudulent
together.
business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's an apartment complex.
I can say I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Watts go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My dad ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that this is an apartment
Your
complex.
father, man.
Right, and so the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a...
Come on, y'all. 10 more likes. Y'all. Let's get to 100 likes. All you got to do is tap the screen twice. It is free. You know what I mean? For real information, getting it free, that's rare in America, man. People know be charged for the truth.
Coming out of your
Shit, people charge for a lot.
There's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't any. Crescent, I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center. This facility is licensed to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility. And this year alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And last year, they received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there
You
should
ain't
be
see that?
plenty of
So
children.
let's go back to this video. Let's go back to the head Somalian. We're gonna finish that. Let's go back to the head Somalian and see what's going on with her. Cause I'm sure she's benefiting greatly from this scam. Maybe I figure that's probably where she got her money from. At least some of it. Let's go to the head Somalian. That they trying to convince us that she a black woman and black people need to be up in arms about this shit. One more like, y'all.
Can you tell us what your response is to the Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth? They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
The fuck? Hold on, y'all. I think the snow might be messing up my internet connection. Hold on.
Launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying? Do you think they'll find anything in their investigation into your net worth?
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar avoiding questions about her net worth that has risen astronomically during her time in Congress. President Trump wants answers, writing on Truth Social, quote, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth
could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. Saturday Night America anchor Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. It is amazing. When she started in 2019, she had a negative net worth. Her personal household net worth has gone from negative to $30 million, and her husband's Rose Lake Capital firm, a consulting firm, has gone from just dollars up to $25 million in value.
Yes.
Like $50
so
million
what's interesting,
together.
you have her husband, Wynette, who started Rose Lake Capital, to your point. So Rose Lake Capital, you noted $42 and then skyrocketed to millions within a year. And these are according to public filings that she put forward, according to documents in a lawsuit.
Her own numbers.
Yes. And it caught the attention of, listen to this, not Trump's FBI, Biden's FBI. So in 2024, Biden's FBI raised questions about this skyrocketing wealth, some of these business decisions, and even Wall Street experts say, why is a former political consultant, that's what Wynette was, running a massive financial firm that, by the way, we've never heard of, and we're on Wall Street, and we think we would have heard of it? A lot of questions.
Not to mention, they also have a winery that has also experienced a similar, in California, by the way, that has experienced a similar explosion. Real quick, I want to play Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip, talking about this earlier this week.
This needs to be investigated. She was right at the center of the Somali fraudster operation called Feeding Our Future, the $250 million fraud case, largest pandemic fraud case in the country. Those are her people, and they're the ones that donated to her campaign. So Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee are investigating this and looking into this, and this needs to be exposed.
Tom Emmer is Majority Whip because Republicans control the House, they also control the Senate, and they control the White House. Are they going to get to the bottom of this?
I certainly hope so. And by the way, I just note that winery you mentioned, one of the wines was called the Devil's Lie. How about that? But look, they say House ethics or House
Sometimes
oversight.
they tell the truth.
Sometimes they do, and maybe they don't. We'll see. But House ethics or House oversight is going to look into it. But look, it's time. To your point, we have the House now, and I'm hopeful and bullish that maybe Republicans will overperform in the midterms. But that's not a guarantee. So now is the moment for House oversight to look into it, for the FBI to look into it. Kash Patel's been doing a phenomenal job. I have no doubt that they are. But look, the time is ticking, especially for Congress.
Do you get the sense? I feel like Ilhan Omar has, a lot of, she's been out there saying crazy things about the fraud in Minnesota, talking about the ICE agents. All of it sort of makes me wonder if she's not. I don't know. I just get the sense that maybe the walls are closing in on her. Maybe she realizes that a lot of these questions are being raised.
This is her district that she oversees. Yeah. We have all seen the billions of dollars of fraud. We're just now scratching the surface of it all. And I'll tell you, my producer, he's amazing, Jake, has been watching Somali TV all week. So we have all these new clips from Keith Ellison and Jacob Fry. And these elected officials, there's a lot of questions, what they knew, when they knew about it, and why they didn't act.
And when you think about $9 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse, in a lot of it touching on programs that Ilhan Omar brought, included in legislation, and brought to her state, and then on top of that, it went to people who were politically connected to her.
That's right, and that's why David Hoke and Nick Shirley bringing light to this.
That's why Minnesota is in the state that it's in right now. Fraud, corruption, and the people of Minnesota. If you want this shit to stop, get them motherfuckers out y'all city, man. It's the only way it stops. It's going to get worse if y'all don't. It's going to get worse if y'all don't. Yeah, they just talked about it. His net worth went up crazy too. Or his business net worth, I guess.
They have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota, and last year they received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
Dang. So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children.
She's looking out for her own.
This should be a.
Thought she was a black woman, yo. Why ain't no black people beneficiaries of some of this money? Look like she's spreading it to her own people. That's what it looked like.
Very busy place, yes.
So this right here is Hopkins Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprint anywhere going into the store. And it's locked. Midday right now. This is the backside of the daycare. We're ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out. Okay, listen. Get out. This is our business.
Yes, sir.
We don't care what you do on the parking lot. Go this side.
This is private. I can be here in the parking lot.
No.
Wait, can we ask you about the daycare? It's all right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No.
I don't get the clip.
Sir, I'm not racist.
I'm asking
No.
You don't ask me nothing.
$1.25 million.
Get out, you guys. Get out.
$1.5 million.
Get out. Get out. Hey, get out.
I better work more than
We're asking,
home.
Get out.
we just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out. Get out. Get out, guys. Get out. You cannot do that. Get out. No, you cannot do that. Get out.
This is...
Get out. No. Get out. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
Get out.
Can you answer the question?
No, I don't.
That's a lot of money for a daycare.
You
Get
can't,
out.
you can't answer the
Get
question.
out. No. Who are you?
My name's Nick
Who are you?
Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Could you answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
No. $1 million. I don't know about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for 118 children,
Get
but
out.
I don't see any footprints of any children
He's
here.
mad as a motherfucker.
I don't see any footprints of any children here.
Get out. Get out. Guys, get out. No, I'm not asking nothing, man.
I'm just asking you about what we're seeing.
Where's the kids,
No,
man?
get out. Get out our business. Get out.
Sir,
This is my property.
you have millions of
Get
people
out.
watching right now. Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million and where are the 118 children?
Get out.
Sir, I'm just
Get
asking a
out.
simple
Get
question.
out. No, you don't ask me that question. Get out.
You have the opportunity
Get
to
out.
answer the question.
No. You can't ask. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Sir,
Get out.
just answer the question.
No.
Just answer
Get
the
out.
question.
No. Get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Hey, don't touch me. You touch me. You do, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we gotta get out of here.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children
Nah,
around
this
here.
is all about the
No footprints
protest.
of any children. They can't even
It's
answer the
multiple
question.
things
So many
going on right
opportunities.
now in Minnesota. You got the fraud going on, and you got the beef between ICE and Black Lives Matter and Antifa. What I'm saying is the resident, as people from Minnesota, stay out of these protests. You're not protesting what you think you're protesting. Stay out of it. This guy was killed because he was involved in something that he should have stayed out of. These protesters are paid antagonists. They have been paid antagonists for a long time. Like, it didn't just start. They was paid antagonists during the George Floyd riots.
We gave them plenty of opportunities to just answer some simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children, no footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They hadn't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out. Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children. $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this child care center is called Proud Child Care Center.
Man, hell
It's
yeah,
in Edenbury,
Juice.
Minnesota,
Man, they to
which is
shut
a
that
very
shit down so
high-income
quick.
area.
That's what I'm saying. How was they? That's how you know the government is involved. Yo, how was they allowed to steal billions of dollars and it go unnoticed for all these years? Billions? Yo, I got a homeboy that worked for the motherfucking school system, and it took them forever just to pay him because they said it couldn't fit into the budget. But yet, you got a fraud campaign that's been going on for however many years, where billions of dollars is being stolen. And it ain't even a good fraud campaign. They ain't even like helping no kids. Like, there's no buy into daycare. Like, it's just we just stealing money and sending that shit back to our country and spreading it amongst our people. And it went unnoticed for years. Man, I don't know. 9 billion is crazy, man.
It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes right in this neighborhood. And this childcare got $1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got $1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
2021
There should be
after
at
the
least 40
ride.
children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints of any young children. And all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Can I enroll my son Joey into daycare here? Well, do you have a paperwork where I can enroll a child? Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey. My name's Nick Shirley. Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I can enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to
You trying to enroll this child in, man?
this daycare needs $1.26 million, and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child, Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or could you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys are a legit business. It would debunk all claims if you could just give me a piece of paper saying where to enroll a child. You can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it. One of the big talks about the fraud is about quality leering.
It's like Umar
Center.
Johnson.
It's a daycare that has received $1.9
This reminds me of Umar Johnson's scam with FDMG Academy. Like, yeah, this is crazy, man.
It's licensed for over 99 children. Instead of quality learning, it says quality leering outside. But the big controversy about the Quality Leering Center is that Somalians, after the video went live, they all of a sudden started shuffling children into the daycare. But at the same time, the Commissioner of Children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And what's...
So this is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received 1.9 million. And in fiscal year 2024, they had received about 2.2 million. So about 4 million.
They called their co-conspirators like, man, send your kids through right now. they called all their peoples, look, we need your kids today. Send them. Put their book bags on and everything. Send them over. We need to make this shit look good. That's what they did, y'all.
The last 2 fiscal years.
Yeah,
we're up in the Quality Leering Center, 1-800-FRAUD, as now they had been confirmed that this place was closed down, and now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
She said a week ago.
And now, magically, it's full of cars. So how can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody here?
Yeah, okay, this is the owner right here.
It's not their property.
So you guys can how can they say this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run, though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that.
Oh, you can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on, at the daycare doing. Hey, not at the daycare doing the middle finger though.
We have like 100 cameras on. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor.
Come on, y'all. I keep telling y'all, man. This is the issues in Minnesota. The corruption. These organizations that made their way into politics. Congressmen, chairmen, mayors, governors, probably prosecutors, maybe judges. Like, oh, this shit runs deep, yo. That is the issue in Minnesota. That's all I've been trying to show y'all from the beginning. It ain't what you think it is. You're not, for the residents going out there protesting, you're not fighting against immigration. You're not. You're being fooled.
Inside of Minneapolis. And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant, and she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud.
They don't know what they're doing.
Knowing that it's happening in locations like Quality Leering Center,
Beast
meanwhile they're
Biology.
taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message, people, on fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So
I bet they ain't,
say
Uwe.
this on camera.
I bet they ain't. You from Minnesota, Uwe? I bet they ain't. But that's the narrative that you're trying to spin in order to gain public support. They're saying it's the residents. It's not the residents, right? It's not the residents. It's these antagonist groups that's at war with ISIS. That's what's going on with ICE. My bad. That's what's going on. And that's what I've been trying to explain to people since the first time we started talking about this shit. It's Black Lives Matter, George Floyd 2.0. So if you go out there thinking you're fighting a righteous cause, you're being lied to. If you're watching these videos and it's tugging at your emotions, you're being misled.
If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash. If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way, anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I go by, is crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Waltz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. So
should Tim Waltz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the
Right.
millions and billions of dollars has gone.
What Minnesota residents need to do is get these antagonist groups out of their fucking city. If you get the groups out of the city, I guarantee you won't see this ICE presence. I'm willing to bet on it. If you get Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and whoever else is involved out of your city, you won't see this presence of ICE.
Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota.
Yeah,
it's been well tracked and
down.
documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA. And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs.
They're sending money through the airport.
I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports?
I saw one time, I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good 5-6 years, you're talking, I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to 2 to 3 to 4 or $5 million twice a week, every week. Without fail.
And where were the people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow, so they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes.
Now look at this. Now this, no. Look at how they're trying to lure black people into this nonsense. So a couple days ago, and we've been covering this dude. They had this so-called Black Lives Matter. Not Black Lives Matter. Black Panther. You know, the new Black Panther Party. Then made a resurgence onto everybody's timeline about a week ago. Now, let me show y'all something. This guy right here is supposed to be the leader of it. He's the chairman. He used to be a Pyru. Yeah, man, check you out. Pyru / chairman of the new Black Panther Party of Self-Defense. It's crazy. He was Pyru by day, Black Panther Party leader by night. So, Fred Hampton Jr.'s son spoke out. He said the Black Panther Party does not support the recent actions of the new Black Panther Party in Philadelphia. Should not be standing, said Black Panther Party in Philadelphia should not be standing up against ICE with guns in the community. Here's why. I stand in solidarity with the chairman, Fred Hampton Jr. There is no way in the world that members of the Black Panther Party in Philadelphia should be standing up against ICE with all the gun violence in the black community. What's really going on? Question mark. Makes no sense to me. Once we as black people get rid of the vices in our community, then we can stand up and support other causes. So let me show y'all what's going on right now with these people. So this guy, they did a whole documentary with the radio in Canada. Why is Canada covering this? Look like to me, they just trying to allow this movement to gain as much traction as possible. Yeah, that's what he is, Deborah.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
All power to the people. Hello.
Hi, Julia. Nice to meet you.
How was the people?
And these guys are federal.
All power to the people.
Is it all ready for you to come in?
Yeah. I'm Chairman Paul Burke of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Yeah. I'm Comrade James, microphone to Skip of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense.
On a rejoint le Black Panther Party for Self-Defense à leur quartier général de Philadelphie. Okay, what's in there?
AK-47 and AR-12.
Leur popularité a explosé dans les dernières semaines, surtout dans la foulée de la mort à Minneapolis de Renee Nicole Good.
They just killed that lady right there in that car, y'all.
Elle a été tuée par un agent de ICE, la controversée police de l'immigration américaine.
This is my response to ICE right here. You know, the United States of America hates this gun. This is a Polish AK-47.
What's your message to ICE?
Fuck around and find out. Try doing this shit to me. See what happened.
Look around. Look around. Look what he's doing to our peoples.
Look at this.
No matter what your skin color.
Who's our people? Let me slow this down. It's only 11 minutes long. Who the fuck is our people? He want to talk about the people we just watched that didn't spread no money to us. Ain't no way he talking about them people. I ain't see. They went to several different establishments. I ain't see an American black person work there. A beneficiary, at the head, at the tail of anything they had going on when it came down to the money being transferred. So who paying these guys? And what the fuck are they talking about?
Our peoples. And we're going to stand right beside our peoples. Every means necessary. And that's what I mean. Black power. All power to the people.
Le Black Panther Party for Self-Defense s'inspire du Black Panther Party qui a été fondé en 1966 aux États-Unis dans un contexte de ségrégation raciale. Le mouvement a rapidement attiré l'attention parce qu'il refusait l'idée d'une révolution non violente et prônait plutôt...
They trying to look. They want everybody involved. She ain't even speaking English. The fuck? This shit crazy, yo. Hey, yo. What the fuck made this woman, whose audience must not even be English, decide to cover these people? Yeah, this is crazy, man.
L'autodéfense armée pour contrer les violences policières. Le parti a cessé ses activités au début des années 1980 à cause de tensions internes et de fortes répressions de l'État.
She's speaking French.
I'm staying with the ancestors. All power to the people. All power to the people. No power to the pig.
En ligne, certains se demandent si Paul Birdsong a vraiment la légitimité de reprendre la mission des Black Panthers.
There you go. He's a blood right here.
D'autres craignent que son approche mène à des...
Look, I knew he was Black Lives Matter. Look how long he's been protesting. That man been protesting for a while. I wonder what chapter of the Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter here part of.
I'm staying with the ancestors. All power to the people. All power to the people. No power to the pig.
En ligne, certains se demandent si Paul Birdsong a vraiment la légitimité de reprendre la mission des Black Panthers. D'autres craignent que son approche mène à des débordements ou engendre de la violence.
I was in the blood, you know what I'm saying? And I knew eventually the revolution was going to catch up to me, but I ran from it for a long time.
Well, he was in the Nation of Islam too. He wasn't just in the Bloods, y'all. He was in the Nation of Islam as well. I think I showed y'all that picture where he got the bow tie on. Look, so he was in the Nation of Islam. He was a Blood, and now he's at the head of the Black Panther Party. Yo, come on, yo. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You cannot make this stuff up.
Il nous a expliqué qu'il a été mentoré par des anciens membres du parti et que c'est eux qui lui ont permis d'utiliser leur logo et leur philosophie dans un état où le port d'armes visible est légal.
This is the Black Panther Party for self-defense, right? That for self-defense part is the pinnacle thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to attack us first. You throw one shot at me, I'm throwing 30 at you.
Okay,
you know
so it's not even eye for
Yo, so
eye.
spoken out. See, yo, when people talk like this, yo, this, know how you handle this? It'll spark it off, bro. If you want everybody to go out there, guns blazing, and die for the cause, yo, you should die first. The fuck, he should already, based off of his rationale, he should already be dead. The fuck, get out that bitch. Post that, matter of fact, record it today. You heard me? I need to see him go at one of these ICE agents, full blast shootout. Theoretically, you know, theoretically. I ain't saying he should do it, but what I'm saying is, if what he said is to be believed, then yo, spark it off, nigga. Straight, I'm watching. You go with that bitch and go to ICE with whatever gun you got on your shoulder, and let us know, show us how it's supposed to be done, man. Don't talk it. You know, don't try to lead other people into doing it. You be the sacrificial lamb. You do it first. All 5 of y'all, get out that bitch. Go live for your Instagram. Record it. Record a video of you taking ICE to war, and I'd be like, dang, man, dang, hey, he stood on it. You feel me? They ain't gonna be enough to make me participate, but I can at least respect it a little more. But based off his rationale, he ain't even supposed to be here. You supposed to die last week. I mean, instead of uploading a video on Instagram, you supposed to went full blast, or at least got arrested for it.
It's like our training is to make sure that if you do fire a shot at us, you and nobody next to you that has your back has the ability to fire another shot going forward.
Yeah, go ahead. Spark it off.
Ready for that, ready to...
Straight like that.
Spark it off, bro. Should have did it on this video.
Is this a full-time job for most of you?
Yes. We here every day.
Every day?
Every day. It's a lifestyle now. 24/7 is a lifestyle.
It's a commitment.
Commitment. Gotta take a oof.
Yeah? And for how long will you be doing this?
You said for how long will we be doing this?
Yeah.
Till he die.
Yep, there we go. Now we talking. Now we talking, y'all. Get out that bitch. Nigga, go die. Yeah, man. Go out that bitch and die, shorty. You feel me? Malcolm X did it. You know, Martin Luther King did it. A lot of people died. Be the next one, man. Go out there, put your gun on, put everything on the line. Your family, your kids, and just, you know, get active. but we don't need to be talking about it, right? Go to Minnesota, man, right? Upload a vlog, title it "Dying for the Cause," and you can record from the ride from Philadelphia to the protest of Minnesota, and let us show us how it's supposed to be done, yo. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be the one to. Sometimes you gotta be the one to step on the sword, man. You know, go out there and show us how you do it. Don't talk about it. Don't try to lead others into doing it when you supposed to be the face. You supposed to go out there. Go out there, yo. Why y'all still living? These niggas been living for too long. They been talking about this shit. Ain't no way they should still be living, y'all. If they was to be believed, like the other Black Panthers who died and went to prison for this shit and got falsely convicted and accused for crimes they didn't commit, won't y'all go out there and do the same thing, y'all, and stop talking, y'all? Lead by example. Basically, that's all I'm saying, y'all. All I'm saying is lead by example. If y'all saying we should be out here dying for immigration and injustice is for one is an injustice for all, then spark that shit off.
My grandpa was a Black Panther back in the day.
Your grandfather was a Black Panther?
Yes, my grandpa was a Black Panther, yes. I mean, that's why I said it's in my blood, literally. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it is. We can walk in any hood at any given moment, anytime. They love us, literally.
So what's the plan now?
We're patrolling.
All right.
Can you watch the channel? Like we said, your hood, in a hood near you.
What they doing in Philly, y'all?
Listen.
Like, I think they in the wrong state. Wrong city. Why the fuck is they need to be in Minneapolis? That's the same shit my son doing. You know what I mean? Go where, you know, we need to see you in the field, man. Get active, man. Right now, you just cheerleading. Or you're just promoting so other people can get active. I want to see y'all get busy, man. Straight up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You guys, it's your first day. So brothers is going to make you into some lethal ass motherfucking revolutionaries. You be
Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you new.
But if you're ready to step to that car, you're tired of this shit and you're ready to actually do something about it, we're going to chisel the fuck out of you.
Let's go. Get busy. Straight up, devil.
Depuis quelques semaines et surtout depuis la mort de
We should be
Renee
watching the
McCool,
shootout
les
right
Panthers
now.
ont multiplié leur nombre de patrouilles et intensifié leur recrutement. Leur but, c'est de protéger la communauté contre toute forme de violence policière. En campagne électorale, Donald Trump a promis de mener la plus grande vague d'expulsion de migrants de l'histoire des États-Unis. Dans la dernière année, son administration dit avoir déporté plus de 605 000 immigrants en situation irrégulière.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, them fucking pigs out here. Yeah, y'all ain't know my fucking boy.
Nah, them motherfuckers, that shit is illegal. Know what I mean?
That shit'll get you shot over here.
Yes, the fucking will. And it's wrong because it's like they think they're
Have they
above
shot
the law.
anybody
They
yet?
do what the fuck they want. Cause that's cool. They think they're above the law because Trump's stupid ass. Come on now, how you gonna wage war on your own fucking country?
I'm saying that's the narrative that's being presented.
Because these cops ain't doing nothing for us.
And this is another thing, y'all. Yo, fighting against the police, y'all. Like this is, yo, that's a red flag. Yo, whenever you got, it's 2026. You got a group that's supposed to be the Black Panthers coming out talking about fighting the police. Yo, fuck that shit. Yo, that's not a fight you can win. Yeah, we have Black Americans have been fighting the police for however many years. You can't win that fight. So that stupidity and idiocracy off the rip. Like, yo, it's a lot of other things that could be fought. Like Fred Hampton Jr. said, yo, we got problems in our community that ain't got shit to do with the police that we can fight. Like I said, better parenting, media propaganda. You know, just to name a few. But going out trying to entice black people to fight the police, yo, that is a losing battle. It's a losing battle. And it's not beneficial to nothing at this point in life. At the point in life that we are in 2026, yo, fighting the police is not helping us do anything. It ain't helping us do anything. I'd rather them fight drill music. The fuck? Fight that shit. Drill music is killing people all over the United States and urban communities. Fight that. Yo, but you trying to get people to go out there and get slaughtered by the police, yo? Come on, man. We not doing that. Not on my watch. 2026, you still talking about fighting the police. You've been fighting police for 150 years. Has anything changed? Has anything changed for the 150-year fight we had against the police as a black community? No, because there ain't nothing changing. There's too much backing behind it. It's too much money behind it. It's too much. It just ain't happening. It ain't happening. Let's fight bad parenting. Let's fight that. You know, open up some programs for single mothers, somewhere that they can put their kids where their kids can learn while they go to work. You know, provide transportation for them to and from. You know, that's if you want to be a real Black Panther Party and you really want to, you know, make strides into a better community, yo, that's the things that we need done. Yo, give out some jobs, man. Job training. I mean, you know, you can open up recreational centers. You know, trade schools, trade programs free of charge. That'll help the black community more than fighting the police would ever do. Would ever do. Right, Dana. The law wins every time, man. You just at that point we just moving backwards.
Almost got a break two nights.
And spark it off as well. Y'all fire the first shot. Lead by example. Lead by example. Y'all, it's all 5 of them. If they was to be believed, they should already been dead, man. Why the fuck is you still alive? The fuck, nigga? Go out that bitch. Go to war with them. In the middle of the street, hold court. But don't try to convince us to do it. No, fuck no. We ain't stupid. That gun look like that bitch ain't never been fired. Go fire that bitch, nigga.
Where? On the Broad Street line.
We'll be on the Broad Street line from now on. I'm sorry to have.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all. I've been waiting to see y'all. I heard like y'all been doing what y'all gotta do, and I appreciate y'all very much.
Tonight after the patrol, when we start the patrol, we'll go get on the line and write it down in the.
Là, depuis tout à l'heure, ça va de la gestion de déchets à des fois ils font la circulation. Là. Puis surtout, il y a une quantité assez importante de personnes qui klaxonnent, qui lèvent le poing en l'air. Ils sentent vraiment avoir un gros soutien dans la communauté.
Since being more, I'm black.
Smoothie, you got some going.
Là, c'est le apparemment traditionnel.
What are you doing? Yo, why are you walking around with that shit anyway? Like, yo, you ain't like you in the battlefield. You ain't in the war zone. You walking down the streets of Philadelphia. Yo, put the gun up, bro. You feel me? Like, yo, either fire it or put it down. Like, ain't no point of, you know, you out here trying to, out here for show. Like, put that bitch up, man. You scaring the kids, man. Y'all this bitch scared the kids and shit. Hey, put that damn gun up, man. You ain't firing that bitch. Nigga ain't shooting nothing. Put that bitch away, yo. Out here got kids scared, hugging on to their parents tight, cause you out here showing off. Put that shit up, man, and go get active, man.
Et après, la patrouille recommence. Je pense que c'est Smoothie Bleu avec nos cris.
You know, over the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of people reaching out, but this is what my inbox looks something like. And this is just 29 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 16 hours ago.
What the fuck is that?
De retour au quartier général, quelqu'un a appelé M. Birdsong dans l'espoir de rejoindre les Black Panthers. Dans le peu de temps qu'on a passé là-bas, c'est arrivé au moins 5 fois.
No one's going to be there to protect us. We have to protect ourselves as well as our loved ones. Because everything that's happening right now is just, it's just ridiculous and it's out of control.
And you have around how many men? Can you tell me, like,
man,
approximately?
I'm just saying, shoot that bitch.
A little under 100.
Okay.
In Philly.
Because I was hearing about ICE recruitment. They, like, tripled their budget. They recruited more than 10,000 people.
But that's why you need stuff like this.
But then there's escalation, because that's always the question. Do you believe in nonviolent revolution?
It's possible, but the threat of violence has to be there.
But I mean, if Trump sends like hundreds.
So spark it off then, y'all. Spark it off. Shoot first. What they say, yo, shoot first, man. Go out there and get active. Go live. I want to see it live, man. Straight up. Then I know you real. But until then, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I like this right here. Let me show you. This right here doesn't move me. This right here doesn't move me, y'all. Hold on. Because thus far, this is all he has done. What was that video at? Is this it?
He got shot in our...
No, that's not it. Yeah, right here. We don't need this. You supposed to let that bitch go off the rip at the sight of them. These are slave catchers, right? You know, these are the enemy. What you talking for?
I would dignify everyone I encounter during the commission of my ship. I would treat everybody with courtesy and respect. It doesn't say as long as they don't disrespect me. Now, my comrade, he got heated up and I sent him off. But it don't matter.
What is he talking about?
Me, right? You're not.
Why is he talking? Get busy. The fuck is you talking for, man? I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear what he got to say. Let it go, man. Spark it off. Yo, go to war. Die for the cause, man. That's what he's trying to convince other people to do. I think if our people was to die for the cause, I think he need to be the first. That's just my opinion, y'all. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think in order for him to get, you know, the full support of the people, he need to die first. Yeah, man, I think so. I think he need to die first. The last Black Panther Party did it. They died. They went to prison. I think he should be the first one to go. Sacrifice. Not this. This ain't right. This don't work. You know, based off of his analogy, this is pointless.
You're not gonna get me out of character because what I stand for means more to me than anything you can say. That's what that's supposed to mean to you. Now you let people get you out of your character, then you disrespecting the thing you say you stand for. And the reality of the matter is the slave owners, the 13 colonies, all look like you, and all the slaves look like them. And that's the point that he was making. See what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That's irrefutable. And that badge, the origin of it is slave catcher patrol. And
ain't right.
The origin of black people being slave catchers was Master would come to the slave and he would say, look, if you help me retrieve my property.
Yo, that is a total contradiction to this. That what he's doing right now is a total contradiction to right here. Let me show you what he just said.
And you have around how many men? Can you tell me, like, approximately?
A little under 100.
Okay.
In Philly.
Because I was hearing about ICE recruitment. They, like, tripled their budget. They recruited more than 10,000 people.
But that's why you need stuff like this.
But then there's escalation, because that's always the question. Do you believe in nonviolent revolution?
It's possible, but the threat of violence has to be there.
But
Come on, y'all. We supposed to say violence, Nick. We supposed to say violence, bro. You don't non-violence is not the answer. So, I want to see some violence. Next time I see him, his ass should be dying on camera. Straight up. He should be out that bitch banging out and die on camera. The next time he pop his head back up.
I mean, if Trump sends like hundreds of ICE agents, are you ready for that?
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah?
Send them.
Yo, why he the only one with a strap? What the fuck? Hold up, yo. They not licensed to carry too? Why is he the only one with a gun, yo? Like, I thought they was ready. I thought they was war ready. They supposed to have bullets around their shoulders. You know what I mean? Handguns in their back pockets. Choppers, you know what I mean? Out. I don't think they ready, y'all. I think they bluffing. He don't look ready to me. I ain't gonna lie. He might ain't got he probably don't even got a Teflon vest on. I mean, I don't think he ready, y'all. But there you go. Got one more. That's probably his gun. He probably let him hold it for a photo op.
Le contrôleur est visiblement un fan des Panthers puisqu'il a laissé tout le monde passer sans billet.
Yeah, we need to see bulletproof helmets. He should be, Nick.
Oh, it's you again. Might have to take your ass right back upstairs. Black power, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
The pigs came down here. They came because people had guns. And then they went back upstairs because the Black Panthers got guns and they ain't go shit about it.
Hey, yo. What the fuck? Hey, yo, what the fuck? Yo, this is amazing to me, yo. This guy is crazy. This guy is crazy. Hit that like button, y'all. Oh, shit. God damn it. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Hit that like button, man. Let's rewind it back. Hold on. Check him out. Check out. Yo, this confrontation right here is supposed to have been fatal. Like, this was it right here. This was their time to shine. Look, the enemy came walking down the steps. This showtime. You know what I mean? Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Hold up. Let's see what happened.
Panthers puisqu'il a laissé tout le monde passer sans billet.
Uh-oh. What they gonna do? Nothing.
Oh, it's you again. Might have to take
God
your ass
damn
right
it.
back upstairs. Black power, motherfucker. The pigs came down here. They came because people had guns. And then they went back upstairs because the Black Panthers got guns and they ain't go shit about it. As soon as they saw who it was, they took off.
No.
They don't want to fight, man. They don't want to fight, man.
They already been fighting, man. It's good time.
À Philadelphie, c'est légal de se promener avec une arme à feu visible dans la majorité des lieux publics, à condition de détenir un permis de port d'armes.
Oh, Black Panther Party is back.
Wow.
For real. What is you guys' plan? I mean,
What is the plan? That's a good question.
Black liberation.
Black liberation?
So the next question should have been, how are you going about doing that? Let's see what he asked.
I thought I was liberated already.
Yeah. Well, ICE came on here, like walking on here.
Yeah.
Because they come on trains. So imagine they came on here, looking around, and they saw you,
But
and they wanted
aren't
to.
you guys afraid that the police is going to start confronting you guys?
The police are afraid of us.
Is this legal?
The police are terrified of
What you doing?
Yeah, and the police
Yo,
are
it is
terrified
10 of them. Yo, come on now. Yo, how big is America's police? And let's see. How many cops is employed in Philadelphia Police Department? Yo, it is 6,000 sworn officers, approximately 800 civilian members. It's 6 of y'all, man. I don't think the police is scared. I mean, it's just me, just me looking at the numbers. I don't think 6,000 people will be scared of 5 or 6 or even 100. That's just, just my opinion, y'all. That's just me. I could be wrong. You feel me? I could. 6,000 people may well be scared of 100 or 10 or 15. But I just don't think that's true. You feel me? That's just my opinion. You know, you can take it or leave it. You know, but that's just what I think. If I was part of the 6,000 going against the 10, I don't think I would be scared. But if you let him tell it, the police are scared of them.
Police are terrified of
What you doing?
Yeah, and the police are terrified of us. Literally, we make them.
That's all you gotta do, travel.
As soon as we approach cops, they take off running.
Okay. Power to the people. I don't want to get shot by no police. No. But I need to stop though.
Yeah, we on that.
Okay.
We're anti-ICE. We're fire.
Yeah, never 800 volunteers.
Cool, guys. Thank you.
Y'all heard him. He's the chairman, man. He speak for the people that don't have a voice, man. And you know what I mean? He speak facts, man. For the people that don't defend themselves. Y'all see what's going on?
All power to the people.
Oh, man, smart as a bitch. Listen, I don't want no beef.
On a écrit à la ville de Philadelphie et à leur corps de police pour savoir ce qu'ils pensaient de la présence du Black Panther Party for Self-Defense dans leur rue. Ils ne nous ont pas répondu.
There we go. Here you got another one.
À
What they gonna do, y'all?
pour l'instant, il y a toujours
What
pas
they
eu...
gonna do? They made them roll out? Hey, why they cut the video, man? Look, so it appears that they made them leave, but what probably really happened is the police just decided to go. This could have told us everything, but what they did was they clipped it and went from saying to saying. Look, why?
Ils ne nous ont pas répondu.
You see him walking up.
À Philadelphie, pour
The
l'instant,
same
il n'y a
change,
toujours pas eu
and the police is
d'importante opération
leaving.
de hack.
They probably like, sir. Yeah, they probably went to the door like, sir, can you please leave, sir? You know, I think we got it from here. You know, I know this is your job, but I would greatly appreciate it. You know, if we would just move down the street just a little bit. You know, we doing a video. You feel me? We doing a video. I mean, if it take a couple of hours, you know, I'll give you a couple of hours. If you just go to the next block, you can come back. Give us 10 minutes. that's probably what really happened, y'all. What really happened was he went up there and said, yo, can you give us 10 minutes? We recording a documentary style thing. You know, we trying to make people believe that we something that we ain't. So if you could just go, just go to the next block. You ain't gotta go too far. And then you can come back when we finish. That's what really happened, y'all. But they presented it like once they walked up, the police just was frightened, so they left. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That ain't what happened, man. Hit that like button, man.
Pendant ce temps, le Black Panther Party for Self-Defense prend de l'ampleur et s'implante ailleurs aux États-Unis, notamment en Californie et dans la ville de New York.
Yeah, this is crazy, yo. Yeah, we're not falling for that. I'm sorry. Not this time. Not this time, y'all. Yeah, crazy as shit. I can't believe you did that. That was wild, y'all. That was wild. Oh, Lord. What else do we have to look at? I think we watched all the videos. Hold up, I think I had some videos on here I wanted to show y'all. So the bottom line is, y'all, stay out these protests, man. Let these people figure that shit out. Whatever they got going on, y'all promise it ain't got nothing to do with us as people. Look at this dude. Hold on. I meant to show him earlier.
I just reviewed the footage of the killing of Alex Preddy, and I'm going to show you the video, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. In this video, I want you to watch this guy right here, the guy in the gray, grabs Alex's gun out of his waistband right here. Did you see it? Did you see? I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to zoom in. Right there. Let's slow it down. Right here. That officer grabbed Alex Preddy's legal firearm, which I carry around a fucking firearm all the time. Grabbed it out of his waistband, and he accidentally discharged his firearm. And that freaked everybody else out, and they fucking murdered him. And how fucking dare this administration post this shit on X, saying that Alex approached him with a 9mm handgun, and he violently resisted, and he wanted to inflict maximum damage on these officers. This is shit that fucking Iran does. Do you understand that? I am a licensed firearm owner, and how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do this to your own citizens? And how dare you, MAGA, fucking support this shit? They fucked up and they murdered that kid. There are going to be charges. Christy Nome and every single ICE officer is going to prison come the fucking midterms. And I am not gonna, and every single fucking person watching this is not gonna rest. You murdered an American citizen and then you posted on your propaganda machine trying to make it seem like he was a fucking violent individual.
It's political, y'all. You heard me say it. In the midterms, you're going to jail. Once we get back in office, you're going to jail.
You just made
it's all politics.
Individual posed a threat to law enforcement.
That is no claim. It is the facts. The facts of this situation. This individual showed up to a law enforcement operation with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition. He wasn't there to peacefully protest. He was there to perpetuate violence, and he was asked to show up and to continue to resist by a governor who's irresponsible and has a long history of corruption and lying. And we won't stand for it anymore. These law enforcement officers take an oath. They get up every single day and they go out to protect the public. Many of these individuals live in their communities, and this mayor and this governor have doxed them. They have allowed people to threaten them and their families and expose their identities in order to instill fear and violence. And that's not what America is about.
You just made claims.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been there, man. Where the other girl at? Her.
When I say that we as Black people have to have a visible expression of our fight against this system.
There she go. Here go that pawns, y'all. She one of them.
What I mean,
that like button, y'all.
Withdraw your money. Stop spending your money. Make sure that they are able to look at the numbers and say Black people have stopped spending their money. Why? Because neighborhoods that we know are frequented, or stores in neighborhoods that we know are frequented by Black people, they have stopped purchasing in these places. We know that the numbers on certain things, certain products, certain activities have gone down because we are sure that Black folks were our #1 customer consumers in these areas. What I mean when I say that we're going to have to be visible and we can't sit this out.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the immigrants or how these foreigners treat Black people in their stores. Do you want to have that conversation, Tamika? Do you want to have the conversation of the continuous disrespect that a lot of these corner store owners treat the urban community when they go in there with their children, you know, suspecting them of stealing, and, you know, the high cost of everything, you know, the overcharging Black people for, you know, essential products. Do you want to talk about that? Should we be fighting that? You know, I don't think they play fair with us. I think the corner store that sells soap in the hood is going to cost way more than the supermarket or the dollar store, wherever you get your soap from, if it was closer to you. And that's just my opinion. I don't know. But Tamika Mary said we should be fighting with them. Fuck out of here.
Out is that we can't ignore it to the point that we just keep allowing people to tell us that has nothing to do with us. Listen to the TMI podcast on the Black Effect.
I don't think I have hate. I love all people, you know, but I support all people. But supporting is not going to come in with me being on front line.
Well, you said yesterday that this looks like a situation where the individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. What evidence do you have that he wanted to massacre law enforcement? Because all the videos that we have, and I do want to, we just have the still shot up now, but I do, control room, want to play one of the other videos. Let's play video number 1 again. It doesn't look anything like he's trying to massacre law enforcement.
That's why I'm saying this ain't got shit to do with us. You know, maybe you just coming in, maybe you don't know my stance on this. So if you just come in, yo, my stance on this is, yo, I don't give a fuck what's going on with ICE in Minnesota. I think it's political. I think for the people that are going out there that's not involved with any of these agendas, you know, the Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all the people, I think you're being misled. I think you need to take your ass in the house. I'm not even sure that ICE is there for immigration. I don't think that's the real fight. I think the real fight is over Democrats and Republicans, and it's about power. And you got them antagonistic groups there, so-called fighting immigration, which prompted ICE to come there with more force in this causing a disruption. And people are going there thinking that the regular residents are going to these protests thinking that they're protesting for something righteous, and they're being lied to, and they're being misled, and they're being killed or assaulted. And they need to take their ass in the house, because what they really need to be doing is they need to be trying to get these groups out of Minnesota. If the groups leave, ICE leave. It ain't gonna happen no other way. So as long as these groups are in Minnesota, as long as Minnesota government is dealing in corruption, they're allowing these groups to ravage their city, then you're gonna have this going on. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. So if you're a resident of Minnesota, do not fall victim to the empathy that they want you to share with what's going on, because 9 times out of 10, you're being misled and you don't know actually what's going on. And it's not a situation where black people are going to be next. For the black people in Minnesota, we're not going to be next. We was already first. We've been getting mistreated and over policed in our community since the beginning. There's no sending black people back to anywhere. It's like it's no sending back. We're from here, born and raised, probably 15 generations in. There's no going back nowhere. So anybody that's selling you this idea of we're next and we should care, because that's a fucking lie. It ain't happening. It would have been happening. It's not happening. We was born and raised here. We contributed here. We built things. We created things. We are just a part of American society as anybody else. That's my take on it for the people that just came in.
Fact, he was filming, and then it looked like he was trying to help another individual there who was pushed down by law enforcement.
And these people that he was trying to help are antagonists. They're Black Lives Matter. I showed y'all the whole video where they was antagonizing ICE before it all kicked off.
ICE murdered 37.
Now they're showing this video. ICE shoots U.S. citizen. These are not just like me or you. She was a paid antagonist. Where the whole video at? Is this it? No, that's not it. Is this it? That ain't it. I think it's this one.
ICE murdered 37-year-old U.S. citizen who had a legal conceal and carry. They took his legal weapon first, then they murdered him. I will show you the proof. Here's the live from DHS's McLaughlin. She said someone approached the agent with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted.
This is the guy.
And then their stock line. Fearing.
Shit, no, this ain't the video. This ain't the video. Here you go.
You ain't doing too much, man. Let me see.
No, this ain't it
people,
either. God damn it. The fuck is the video at, y'all? Is it this one? No, it ain't that. That's the same video. Shit. What a video.